is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is
The Big O Radio Show is looking for partners to join our growing platform. If your business is ready to reach an audience that starts in Florida, crosses the nation while expanding internationally, this is the program that provides that vehicle. The Big O Radio Show is ready to broadcast live anywhere in the world to represent your event or product. To reach out by phone, 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. Or email bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. Help us grow as we provide the content and personal connection corporate entities will never achieve. Sports Grill on Bird Road, Miami Lakes, and their newest location in Doral is now hiring. If you're looking to join a great company and South Florida institution, give them a ring or drop an email. Sports Grill is hiring all kinds of positions from hostess to servers, bartenders, or join the kitchen staff to craft some great food for their amazing customers. Please send your resume to m.cruz@sportsgrillmiami.com or call 305-219-5726. That's 305-219-5726. Sports Grill. Good food, good drink, good friends.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by HialeahParkCasino.com. Enjoy simulcast racing, dining, a magnificent poker room, and a casino with the most popular machines on the market. OKCoin.com. Download the app on iOS, Google Play, or Windows. OKCoin.com with over 50 different coins and incredible staking rewards. Pallet Rack City. There's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Oh, yeah, baby. Good morning, boys and girls from Hialeah Park. Yes, sir. We are on. We are ready to rock. We are ready to roll. Got a little honey and lime. Ready to rock. So, Sean Stanley, you? Yeah. Sean is horny today. Yeah, baby. All right. Obviously, the horn for last night's 5-3 win over the Capitals to take a 3-2 lead in this best-of-7 series. Down 3-0. Yeah, I got to say something. You know what? I am not going to come in here as Mr. Happy all the way about this whole thing last night. I am going to be the guy that's going to check you before you wreck you. And I'm going to put a little warning out to the Florida Panthers. You got to stop, bro. You got to stop. It was fun. It's great. And I know you've had more comebacks than anybody else, and 29 in the regular season. And I think it's an NHL record or something like that, or something stupid. And obviously way more than everybody else this year and all that. It's going to bite you in the ass. It's going to bite you in the ass. You don't have the goaltending, which, by the way, Bob made some really nice saves down the stretch. I got to give him some credit. He did some special saves yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But still, go ahead.
No, I was going to say it helped, though, that, again, the Capitals had 12 shots in the first period. And I think they ended the game with 22 or something. It was like they got peppered the first period. And after that defense finally, I don't know what woke up or what changed, but
like it did the other night.
Yeah.
When the second and third period, they really kind of limited Washington too. They were the better team, and then they ended up losing. And it was like one of those things, like at times, like, you got to win those kind of games. You know what I mean? It's just, it's frustrating, but you got to stop falling behind, bro.
Yeah. You said that on Tuesday too. That was one of the things you pointed out to when you
got to stop falling behind. It's going to bite you in the ass. And, when you watch this game, there's no doubt the Panthers are the better team. They've got the better skaters. They've got the better athletes out there. They got more speed. But when they muck it up a little bit and they get a little, physical and dirty and all that, and then shrinks the rink, and again, your goaltending isn't consistently studly. And then let's also add your 0 for 16 on the power play. I mean, a team this offensive, it's offensive that you're 0 for 16 on the power play. So all I'm saying is you're getting a game 6 because you still have not really put this team away the way you're supposed to put them away, because you're way better than them, actually. Now, they have Oshie and they have Ovechkin, and they've got some pretty good players. But Samsonov, at times, you're making him look like he's like this all-world goaltender. And it's just a little frustrating because I know they're better, and the fact that they're falling behind like this, it just doesn't – this is a habitual problem all year long. And you cannot keep counting on your offense to bail you out every single time, because it's going to happen where you're going to run into the right defense and the hot goaltender, and it's over.
Yeah, and you talked about legacy with Huberdeau, with Barkov, with Ekblad. Yeah. And those guys, I mean, other than they've kind of disappeared,
the guy
right?
making Verhaeghe's making. I
tweeted
tweeted out last night, give him a 10-year contract. I said last night.
Somebody in the chat actually said Verhaeghe's the one certainly doing that right now.
He's the money man. Yeah, he's the money man.
Our guys haven't really shown up.
No. And
they've gotten shots. And they've been wide. They've been I mean,
I love that they won yesterday, bro. Yeah. But being down 3-0, that was unacceptable, man. Unacceptable to come into that game that way. So if you want me to sit here and blow smoke up your ass and up the Panthers' ass for this last night, no, I'm not here for that, man. Nice win, but no, you can't keep doing this. This is why you're in this position right now. And if you keep playing like this could go to 7, and it could be anybody's game. So I just hope they stop with this screwing around and they stop with this crap that they keep falling behind, because you cannot count on this to happen every single time. It's going to fail you at one point. You're going to get that hot goalie, and you're going to walk away super disappointed on a great season that you should have done better. If you want me to sit here and blow smoke up the Panthers' ass for last night, I'm not here to do that. All right? When they start winning the way they're supposed to win, then I'll give them credit. But if they've got to kill themselves to come back all the time, it's not going to pay off, man. It's not going to pay off. It's just the way it is. By the way, if you want to get in, 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056. If you want to get in on the Welt and Realm text line, you can also reach out to us here on YouTube, on the chat board, of course. Yahoo email, Big O Radio Show at yahoo.com. Twitter, Big O Show. As always, Cash App and Venmo. You know, was it that idiot yesterday, fitness guru, whatever, that we blocked? So he DM'd me this morning on Twitter. And so I think it's something like some news show or something. That's what he calls himself on Twitter. So he goes, hey, no, I'm a good guy, this and that, right? He was already muted on Twitter. But he was able to DM me because he's muted, because I don't see him on the timeline. So I just finished blocking him out there also on Twitter. Just like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, because there's stages, you know? I'll mute you if you're kind of like just annoying. You know what I mean? And you're just a troll and you're an idiot. So I'll just mute you. But then when you get to the point where you're just a moron and you're insulting and all that, then I'll just block you and get rid of you, because, you know, life is short. I don't need this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's just the way it is. And so the guy just came back, and he just wanted to tell me that he could get other Google addresses. And I go, yeah, go ahead, waste your time. We'll keep blocking you. We block bots every day, bro. And they come up with new bots. So what's the difference?
All the trolls end up coming to light sooner or later. Yes. It might not get you right when you jump on, but
yeah, exactly. Eventually your colors will come out and you will, you know. But by the way, the community is the one that usually wants to block you and ghost you before anybody else. So that's usually what happens. So it's just funny on some people there, you know.
We are here for the people.
Yeah, yeah. So if you wonder sometimes, man, how come I never get any answers on Twitter? There may be an answer why you never get an answer on Twitter. Too funny, man. Oh, God. Just a video. Says, apart from Avs, all the other games are super close in the playoffs this year. Yeah. Look, I don't care about the close stuff. I just care about falling behind all the damn time. And that's just going to burn you at one point or another, man. And you just can't keep doing that. That's all I'm saying. And Verhaeghe, my Lord, man, he is ice in his veins. Freaking awesome. That is impressive. Michael Cruz says, oh, do you think the Heat close it out tonight? I think they do. But remember what I've told you, okay? Whatever I tell you on the liquor split matchup of the night, go against it, okay? To Golden State last night. No John Moran. How am I supposed to pick the Memphis? Yes, there's no. I'm not the mush, because I've given you the key. I mean, now if you don't want to follow it, that's up to you, dude. Okay. I mean, I've told you, I'm giving you the L. Go take the W. You know, it's not like I'm not lying here. You know what I mean? I don't lie to myself. What for? That's just not going to help anything. So stay tuned for our liquor split matchup of the night. Could make you a lot of money. Oh, God. Giovanni says, about the Cats, their whole season was based on comebacks. Unfortunately, 4 versus 4 overtime wins. Maybe this is just who they are, scary as that is. Well, they better learn how to play with a lead, and they better learn how to do it quickly, because you will not win the cup this way. I can't see them getting all the way and winning the cup and constantly falling behind and constantly coming back. If they do that, it'll be the most amazing season in the history of the NHL for them to be able to do something like that. They're going to be the David Copperfield of hockey teams, you know? It's just crazy. But I just find it disturbing to do it. Okay. It's a nice novelty in the regular season and all of that, but it's become habitual and it's identifiable. You know what I mean? It's kind of, that's your disposition. You come in lackadaisical, you start slow, you fall behind. So is that on the players and the coaches for constantly doing that? Because while we praise the comeback, are we supposed to also praise the fact that you put yourself in that position too? So I'd love to sit here and just, you know, push the pom-poms and say everything's all right, but that's not a good thing. I'm sorry. That's not a good thing in any sport, not in hockey, no sport whatsoever. Big O, have you heard about the house O.J. Simpson bought in Cuba? No, I have not, and I don't really care, bro. Why would I care about something stupid like that? I kind of told you already. Do you ever hear me even put up OJ videos and his responses and all that? I don't need to do trolling radio, my brother. I'm not lazy. You know what I mean? So it's not something that it's not part of my DNA. So I don't really give a shit what OJ Simpson does. So, anyway, let's see. We got to close it out in Philly and Washington. Let's hope so, Heat fans. Didn't say I like it. I prefer the blowout wins. We want 10. LOL. Yes. Good morning, Big O. Hit the like button. That's right, baby. Hit the like button. We really appreciate all of you out there if you can hit the like button. Robert Lund, thank you, sir, for the super chat, and we did sound the horn for you. Appreciate you. Juan Burgos says, good morning, Big O. I can't go a day without listening to you, the best sports station in South Florida in the world. Very kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lisa Rose says, good morning, Sean and Finn's family. Can't wait for the schedule release so we can plan our trip down to the 305 for a game this season. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing you, Lisa. Good morning, Big O and Sean from Nyborg and Finn's Nation. And I guess you're all pumped up about the schedule. For me, that's the schedule is something big for the people that travel. You know, NorCal brought that up to me years ago because I'm not a guy that gets all freaked out about the schedule. And I've always said that, right? And NorCal, you know, sent me, I don't know if it was a tweet or a DM or a text because he has my phone number. And he goes, you got to remember, bro, the schedule announcement is big for those of us that travel. And I never thought about it that way. And it's so true for fans that live everywhere that isn't South Florida. No, and you know what? South Florida fans too also travel because we have a ton of fans that come from here and they go out to other places. So the schedule announcement is a big thing because it gives you your opportunity to start planning your trips and getting your plane tickets and hotels and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of downplay it personally, but it does mean a lot to a lot of people, and especially people that, you know, are from outside of South Florida and don't have the luxury of having the Dolphins in their backyard like we do every year. We're spoiled in that sense. So that's cool. That's cool. Daniel says, voice sounds beautiful this morning. Fingers crossed that it isn't just because we just started. Yeah. It could be because we just started, my brother. You never know. But we will, the voice is better. I feel good, actually. I don't feel bad or anything like that. But, you know, it's just one of those things that you've got that damn phlegm because you leave your mouth open and it just builds up, dude. And it's terrible. The good thing is, I think either tonight or tomorrow, if I don't have any more kind of coughing or anything like that, I will start the tape. experiment that you guys sent me. We already bought the tape. It's ready to go. But I had to make sure I got to get out of this thing where I'm not going to be taking off the tape 3-4 times a night because I've got to go, clear my throat or my nose or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I am going to start that experiment soon. So I appreciate all of you out there for helping me out with that. Let's see. Bob woke up in the third. Go Cats. Yeah, he did, bro. He had some saves, dude. That 2 save, and then he got the top corner one. That was really cool, man. That was good. He had some good saves. I got to give him some love. There's no doubt about that. He had his moments yesterday. Yes, sir.
Trayvon Walker.
Yes.
Just signed his deal.
Oh, okay.
Got the fully guaranteed $37 million 4-year deal.
All right. $37 is not bad either.
I'll take it.
In 1937. Big O, you talked about legacy. Carter's certainly doing that right now. Oh, yeah. Verhage is, I'm telling you, you better sign his ass to a long-term contract. He better never leave here because that's a money player. Big O, I hate to see the comebacks like this also. Would say it has anything to do with the average goaltending and just lack of experience in the playoffs. Pep, I'm not smart enough, man, to figure it out. I don't know what the problem is, but it's unacceptable. What I will say is that a lot of times the Panthers and the coaching staff come in ill-prepared for the start of a game and fall behind. And it happens a lot. So let's put it that way. For whatever reason, they're not focused, they're not prepared, they're playing cards or eating crap before the game. I have no idea what it is, but they need to break it. And they need to, you're in the playoffs, man. You're going to start meeting better and better teams in every round. And you're going to meet better goaltenders in every round. And you're not going to be able to get away with the same crap. You know what I mean?
We have some NFL trade news.
Go ahead.
The Patriots have traded a quarterback. They have traded Jarrett Stidham and a 7th-round pick to the Raiders and Josh McDaniels for a 6th-round pick. So that'll give McDaniels somebody that knows his offense in to help out David Carr and then free up the room for Bailey Zapp, who the Patriots drafted. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Belichick, that's what he's doing now, right? He's using his tree to just start trading guys, start getting people around. He's just going to trade with his people.
Well, I mean, he knows the player. So if he likes the player, then he's willing to acquire the player. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. Remember, Belichick bamboozled Pioli to take Matt Castle for a 2nd rounder. So Scott Pioli was stupid enough to draft Matt Castle with Belichick and then stupid enough to buy Matt Castle's season with the Patriots thinking that it was Matt Castle and not that he was just a facilitator, and that's why they won 11 games. Everything went well. The team around him was awesome. That's the thing. Go look at the year that the Patriots went 11-5 around Matt Castle. This is why at times when some of you idiots fell for the Ryan Tannehill stuff in Tennessee, you know what I mean? And I would tell you, no, he's really not that good. It's kind of, what's going on. Everything's scripted and everything. He's on target and he can, as long as it's all scripted and perfect, he's fine. He can facilitate. And that's what Castle did that season. He was able to facilitate. And everything went perfect for them to go 11-5. Yet Scott Pioli was stupid enough to trade a 2nd-round pick for him. And the rest is history. So Belichick has this bamboozled thing over some of his assistant coaches. So now here's a former assistant coach who goes to the Raiders and is stupid enough to trade for a player that really. Again, who did they trade for?
Jarrett Stidham, the backup quarterback. Basically, hopefully, it's just to implement the system and then see what happens from there. But
it's just to have a backup.
Yeah, backup, and then somebody that work with Carr.
Because Mariota's gone, isn't he?
Yes, Mariota.
Right,
is
that's
now
why.
with the Texans.
I forgot where he went.
I forgot where he went. I want to say Texans, but I think I'm wrong now.
Who cares? Yeah. Wherever he went,
he's not with the Dolphins. All right.
Yeah, thank the Lord. Jesus, that guy is inaccurate, and always injured. So yeah, no, I want nothing to do with that clown. But yeah, it's just nothing. Let's see, what else do we have here? Just a video says, Big O, I'm taking credit for that win last night. Was watching at home from the UK. We went 3-0 down and I turned it off. Ha ha. Well, there you go. You are the key, sir. You are the key. Yes, sir. So you're no, he has to watch Friday and then turn it off. Oh no, because if he doesn't watch at all, we take the
we don't
lead.
go down 3-0.
Right. Okay, so that's the key, sir. You cannot watch on Friday. Okay, what you have to start it. What you do is you start the Panther game an hour and a half later. That way you're halfway through the game. We should have the lead then. And so if that works, okay, then let's see if that we keep that tradition going for the rest of the playoffs, since you are the key, just a video. Okay? So since you are the key, let's try this. Do not watch the game the first 90 minutes. And let's see what happens. Okay? That's what we're going to do. Let's reverse it. Okay? Let's what's her name? That you can't understand what the hell she's saying something, and let's reverse it. And the rapper, what's her name? Oh, damn it. She's really likable. Ah. Damn. She's a little thick. She lost a little weight. Yes, Missy Elliott. Yes. Reverse it. Yeah, that thing. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. That one. Yeah. I like Missy. She's cool. I like her. And I love her music. So, yes, exactly. What's it called? All right. We got an Anthony. All right. So let's talk a little basketball with the man, the myth, the legend that is Anthony Chang and our liquor split. Not matchup of the night, the Miami Heat report.
Let's tap into the latest with the Miami Heat and our liquor split app Miami Heat reports with insider Anthony Chang. Liquor Split is Miami's own online liquor store. Download, then tap the app and get your favorite liquor delivered to you for just $2.99. No risk, no drinking and driving. Tap that app with Liquor Split. Here's Anthony Chang.
Yes, sir. There he is, Anthony Chang, ready to rock and roll with us here on the program in our Liquor Split Miami Heat report. How you doing, my man? How you feeling? You feeling good?
Doing good, Big O. Back in Philly, like I never left.
Yes, exactly. Did Kyle Lowry's hamstring make the trip with you guys?
He is here. He will not play. Obviously, he's been ruled out for Game 6. But he is here. He's obviously from Philly. The team thinks that just having him here on the bench helps them. Just he was leading huddles during Game 5. His basketball IQ helping Gabe, when he's on the bench. So he is here, but he will not play.
All right, tell him not to wear sweatpants and all that because he looks like me. Then it's not really good. It's not a good look. Anyway, all right. So let's get into. Are they better off without him right now? Because really, I mean, the way that he played the other night,
right?
In this case, right now, a hobbled Lowry maybe is not as sharp as a sharp Gabe Vincent.
Yeah, I think with the version that we saw of Kyle Lowry in Philly, I think they're better off with Gabe starting right now. I mean, obviously Kyle was not effective. The hamstring was still bothering him. He didn't shoot the ball well at all. Defensively, he wasn't himself. So yeah, I think you got to get him closer to 100%. And even Spo said it a few days ago before Game 5. He said, Kyle will go out there and compete and he'll battle and he'll play through the pain, but at a certain point there's diminishing returns. So I think the Heat knows that. I think Kyle realized that by trying to go out there and seeing kind of how much he struggled. So I think right now with this version of Kyle, Gabe is the better choice. At this point, we saw that a few nights ago. And I think the Heat are now 5-0 in the postseason with Gabe starting while Kyle's been out.
By the way, you can download the Liquor Split app on iOS or Android. Search for it, Liquor Split. Flat fee of $2.99 delivery, whether it's your beer, wine, vodka, you name it. Don't drink and drive. Have it delivered to you. No hidden fees. Liquorsplit.com, or go to your favorite app store and download the Liquor Split app. All right, Anthony, I was laughing at everybody thinking that Duncan Robinson was the answer, and everything else that was going on with three-point shooting and all that. And I came out really strong on it. I said, you guys are lost. It's all about defense. The defense will trigger the offense and will level everything off. Was there a wake-up call? Because we have now watched them play. And here's my theory also, Anthony. I don't think they had a lot of desperation and play great defense like they were throughout the season in the last 10 to 20 games of the season. They were kind of coasting almost, and they kind of let up. And in this series, we hadn't really seen Heat defense. Now we're starting to see that abusive Heat defense. We saw a little bit of it towards the end with Trey, right, with Atlanta. Right. But now it seemed like they figured out and said, all right, we got to play tough D all the way around. And that really, it wasn't so much a three-point shooting. It was the defense that changed everything in that last game. Do you feel that this was something of maybe the start of something for them on the defensive side of the court here in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, the three-point shooting was better, but it wasn't outstanding. And it was just closer to their average, which is kind of what they needed, right? I mean, they can't shoot 20% from three all the time. But defensively, I mean, they've been a really good defensive team all season. They've had a few lapses in the playoffs, but for the most part in the playoffs, they've been really good defensively too. But I think the adjustments they made entering Game 5 are really the biggest difference. They didn't switch as much. Bam spent more time on Joel, which you and I talked about needed to happen. Bam spent more time on Joel. He didn't. Those soft switches were small.
But I was worried about foul trouble. But
he did a great job. Yeah.
To his credit, when he would challenge shots, he made sure he made have a presence, but didn't get too aggressive to get too close and put himself at risk. So you can tell that he was thinking about how exactly to defend Embiid. Yeah. He wasn't just naturally aggressively going after him.
He was great defensively in Game 5. PJ Tucker also fought through screens. He didn't switch as much with James Harden. PJ spent most of the game on him. And then they moved Jimmy to guard Tyrese Maxey. Jimmy's spent most of the series on Tobias and switching onto other guys. They said, we're going to try to stop Tyrese, put Jimmy on him, and it worked. So I think those adjustments really were key. We'll see what Sixers have in their pocket tonight for Game 6. I'm sure they'll make some adjustments back, but I think that was really interesting because the Heat are known to switch. They haven't really strayed away from that scheme, but they did it in Game 5 and it worked.
And I thinking about that when you were talking about that, it makes so much sense because Maxey's the guy that can consistently beat you from the perimeter and hurt you badly, whereas Tobias Harris is a streak shooter, if anything, from the outside. That he's got to be on a roll to really do some damage on the outside because he's really more of an inside-outside player, not really a pure shooter. So why not take out the pure shooter and take your chances that Tobias isn't going to get hot all of a sudden from outside?
And Tobias is he's a good spot-up shooter, and he scores a lot in the post, off post-ups. Right. And you put Max. Max is a big body. He could. Is Max a better defender than Jimmy? No, obviously not. But he's a big enough body where he could hold his own, I think, against Tobias in the post and at least bother him a little bit. But I think moving Jimmy to Tyrese made a lot of sense. I didn't even think about it before that game, but it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And it worked to shut down Tyrese, at least for one game.
Yeah, there's a reason why Spo's a hell of a coach, right?
He's a pretty good coach.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so let me ask you, why not Caleb Martin instead of Duncan Robinson? Because, man, I know he's a great kid and all that, but he's a weakness on defense, and he's so incomplete on offense, whereas Caleb can do it all. And I saw that there were a couple minutes for Duncan, not that impressive. Caleb Martin is the guy that I would like to see more because I think he fits more. Now, is it because he's not 100%? Is there something going on there? Or why do you think he chose to give Duncan a little more minutes than Caleb? Not that it really, in the end, would make much of a difference.
Right. But. And I don't have the box score in front of me, but I think they played like similar minutes pretty much off the bench. But I would say I think it's because they wanted to, with the shooting struggles the last 2 games, they wanted to see if they can get a spark from Duncan. Obviously, he made 1 3. He didn't provide that big of a spark, but they wanted to try it out at least, give him a few minutes. And I think they need to. They know they need to improve the spacing around Jimmy because they're really making it tough on the Heat shooters. So I think Spo wanted to put an extra shooter in the rotation. Again, it didn't matter in the end. Duncan really didn't do much. He made 1 3. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see Duncan again tonight for the same reason. I think they want to make sure they put maybe an extra shooter out there so they don't have the same issues they had in games 3 and game 4.
You sense that these guys want to finish it tonight?
Oh, yeah. I think so. I think they, again, Boston-Milwaukee I thought was going 7, but now with Milwaukee winning in Boston, that series could end in 6. I mean, they're going back to Milwaukee. Bucks could take care of business. So the Heat, I think they got to try to finish this off tonight. So that way, the Bucks don't have that rest advantage for the next series if the Bucks are able to finish it up tomorrow.
Who the hell has green hair, bro? I mean, give me a break. You get what you
Marcus
deserve.
Smart.
Yeah, Marcus wasn't very smart with the ball at the end there, and that happens because you're a goofball with green hair, bro. Come on. You get what you deserve. Green hair. Who wants green hair? Come on.
That was a hell of a play by Drew. Let me tell you. He made some great defensive plays at the end.
Two steals from his
ass. The strip and the block. Drew Holiday's a very, very, very good and underrated defender.
He was like, where did the ball go? Where did the ball go?
Yeah. And clean. 100% clean.
It was beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
He schooled him. I mean, there's no way Marcus Smart slept last night at all, bro. There's no way that guy slept last night.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he did with a bottle of whiskey from Liquor Split. He ordered it, didn't have to drive, $2.99 flat fee. There he goes. Download the app. Anthony, as always, my brother, I appreciate you. What are you working on the Herald so folks can check you out before game time, my friend?
Yeah, so I have a lot of people passing by saying hi to me. Yesterday I wrote a story on just how great Jimmy's been in the playoffs. He's been arguably the best player in the playoffs so far. The advanced metrics say he's been the best. You look at even just the regular standard box score stats say he's been one of the best. He's really elevated his game to another level. Again, for the second time in 3 years in the postseason. So check that out. And then tonight we'll obviously have all the game coverage, takeaways, game story, and a column from Greg Cody. So just go to MiamiHerald.com where we got you covered.
It's all about Jimmy Verhage or Carter Butler, however you want to do it. But those are the two money men right now for those
two popular names. Two popular names right now.
Those are the two money men right now, man. Follow him on Twitter at Anthony_Chang. Catch his work at the Miami Herald, and please subscribe to the Miami Herald and support all the great writers there that they've got in the Herald. Appreciate you, my brother. We'll catch up next week.
Thanks, Big O. Appreciate it.
You got it. There you go. Anthony Chang and our Liquor Split. Miami Heat report.
You're now tapped into the latest with the Miami Heat. This has been the Miami Heat Liquor Split Report with insider Anthony Chang. Download the Liquor Split app and enjoy your favorite drinks at wholesale prices. Delivered right to your door in minutes with a flat fee of $2.99. VIP lifestyle without the VIP prices. Tap that app with Liquor Split.
All righty. There we go. Thank you to Anthony Chang. Appreciate you as always. 1-800-ALARM-ME. That is our Sloman's Shield. We tell you about it all the time. You see that man there? His home is protected by the Sloman Shield. My home is protected by the Sloman Shield. His family is protected by the Sloman Shield. Is it dog or dogs? You only have one, right? You have two? His dogs are protected by the Sloman Shield. Our dogs are protected by the Sloman Shield, and you can do it too, baby. Protect your business too. 1-800-ALARM-ME. We're going to give you a free doorbell camera right now, and it connects directly to your smartphone. And not only that, when you get our professional installation and when you use our low-cost central station monitoring, what you're going to love is you're going to get that LED touchscreen pad that is so easy to use. Your Sloman's installer comes over. He or she will train you. It is so, trust me, I'm a big dummy. If I can use the key, can you handle the keypad? You all right with it? All right, he's a lot smart. He's the one that runs all this stuff, so obviously he's a hell of a lot smarter than I am.
Yeah, but I go to the app because I can run everything from the app.
I know. That's what I love.
That's beautiful.
I love it, bro. I love it. You got your hands full. You don't want to be fiddling with the alarm. So you know you're going to have your hands full when you get out of the car, right? You turn off the alarm in your app. Then you walk into the house and you don't have to worry about the alarm sounding. And you're trying to juggle everything and trying to press the buttons. None of that, maybe. That's what you're going to love about the Sloman Shield. And it connects directly to your smartphone. So now you've got everything in that doorbell camera. You can talk to the delivery person. You can talk to the mail person. You can talk to whoever is there at the door. Or how about you don't want to talk to them? Just say, yeah, I'm just going to stay in the background, let you knock, and then you just leave because I am not interested in what you're selling. That's the beauty of the Sloman Shield. It protects you in so many different ways. 1-800-ALARM-ME. You'll get that motion detector, that 3-arm doors, and the backup battery. Tell them that Big O sent you. Say the Big O radio show. Right now, 40 Big O listeners will get a free doorbell camera. 1-800-ALARM-ME. All right. And we thank Anthony Chang for joining us. So far, 37 minutes. It's a lot longer than the last couple of days, right? Because it took like a couple minutes and the voice went completely out. So not too bad. We got the Heat at the Wells Fargo Center tonight at 7 o'clock on ESPN. Miami leading 3-2. We'll see if they can end it. Suns looking to end their run. 9:30 tonight on ESPN. They're leading the Mavs 3-2. Bucks defeated the Celtics last night, 110-107. I mean, I got to admit, okay, I'm watching the Panthers game, but I'm watching this Bucks-Celtics game series. It's fun, man. This is a hell of a series. And that finish was wicked. For the Bucks to come back there and win that game 110-107. And the ending for Marcus Smart. I don't know how much more disturbed can that young man be about what happened last night. I think 2 key turnovers in that game that changed the entire complexion of that game and why they lost the game. I mean, this is a franchise because I've talked about this for a while now, and Tatum, has played really well overall, I got to say. But for me, you know how I talk about legacy for the Panthers, for Ekblad, for Huberdeau and Barkov, right? Because they've been here forever, and this is their legacy moment to start to establish who they are here with the Panthers. And in a way, you look at the Celtics. I'm sick and tired of so many years. Like some guy was on the chat board the other day on Wednesday, and he was like, "Well, Tatum is still coming into his own. He's still young." I'm like, "When's he waiting for year 10?" So for me, the Celtics, you see, and this is the problem with like the Cowboys and the New York teams and the Celtics get the same shit, and the Lakers, all year long they kept pushing Lakers on us every night, and the Lakers suck. And every year they push the Cowboys on us, and the Cowboys are a bunch of choking piece of crap dogs. Okay? The Cowboys are one of the most embarrassing franchises in all of pro sports. They're a freaking joke led by Jerry Jones. You know what I mean? And I am sick and tired of hearing about the Celtics. And I'm sick and tired of hearing about Tatum and Brown and how great they are and how they're going to be the second coming and how, Brad Stevens and all of these Celtics were going to be just amazing and they're going to dominate the East with all these picks and everything. And we kept hearing about the hype and all the bullshit, and they have never lived up to it. And now you're on to another coach and everything else, and the last coach moved up to the front office, and Danny Ainge went running and stuck his tail between his legs because the only thing he's ever accomplished is when his teammate gave him Kevin Garnett so he can win a title. Outside of that, Danny Ainge didn't do jack shit. So I'm tired of the Cowboys, and I'm tired of the freaking Lakers with LeBron and that garbage that they've had there the last couple of years. And I'm tired of hearing about the Celtics. And I'll tell you, last night when I'm watching Marcus Smart fumble away the ball and fumble away their opportunities, I just laugh at that clown show because they're a bunch of clowns that look like leprechauns. Okay? Instead of the leprechaun, maybe they should have the My Pillow guy be replacing the leprechaun as their logo. Okay? So there you go. So you can have two morons. The leprechaun and that fool. I mean, I'm tired of hearing about the Celtics. So there's a part of me. Now, I am torn in that series. Why? I can't stand Grayson Allen. I can never watch that young man ever have any success because I can't stand what he stands for. Because he's the kind of guy that in Little Havana, you get your ass kicked. Because he would have never tried that crap in our neighborhood. Because you would have ended up having a fight. So I'm not a Grayson Allen fan, and to watch him with that team, although I am hoping that if they do face Miami, maybe a PJ Tucker will drop a hammer on Grayson Allen coming down the lane really hard or something. Maybe we could bring back Michael Pittman just for a couple of fouls.
No, I want the reenactment of the last year's 2 minutes of UD. Okay. Bring him in.
No, but remember,
hack Grayson Allen, kicked out, and let's go.
But Michael Pittman took out a Celtic.
Yeah, but
remember? It was the point guard that can't shoot. What's his name?
Isaiah Thomas?
No, the one that won the championship with the big three. What's his name? Damn it! He took his ass out with that forearm. What's his name? He played for the Lakers too.
I'm trying to look right now because I'm hoping somebody else say it.
Who played with the big three in the Celtics? The point guard.
It was Ray Allen. It was
no,
Kevin
the point guard.
And
the point guard that can't shoot. Somebody give me the damn name. Help me with the damn name.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm
Rondo. Rondo.
Oh,
there we
Rajon
go.
Rondo.
Damn, I got it before all of you.
Now it just popped up.
Yeah, Brian just sent it in. Thank you.
Now
Brian.
here they come. Here comes Rondo.
Yeah, now they all come in. But yeah, so Rondo. He took out Rondo Pittman. You remember that? So that's what I'm saying. We got to reenact a Heat player and a Celtic player. So let's bring back Michael Pittman just to take out Grayson Allen. All the Rondos came in. Thank you. But yeah, there's a part of me that just I just laugh at the Celtics because I'm just so tired of all the BS and they shove it down your throat and they sell you this and they sell you that and it's constant. It's like, and this whole year, the same crap, dude. They kept putting the Lakers on prime time and it's like, what are you doing? They're a disgrace. They suck. Why would you put those clowns on? Flexing. The NFL, let me tell you, the NFL doesn't get a lot of things right over the NBA. Rarely ever. They got that right. Holy crap. They learned. We better learn how to eliminate crappy games at the back end of the season. Let's do some flexing with the schedule. Oh, NBA, you need to flex some scheduling, bro. Stop putting these kind of teams out there. Antonio Abraham says, it was just a matter of time till Embiid would start feeling those hits to the head and shoulders. Losing in Philly was a huge wake-up call. Game 6, win or lose, I know Miami is going to fight hard. Amen to that. Let's hope they get it done. I mean, listen, man. At this point, okay, forget about Philly. I don't care about the Sixers whatsoever. But my respect level for Embiid is through the roof. That's that he's like Jimmy Butler, bro. He's like Dan Marino. He's like Jason Taylor. He's like Tim Hardaway. Some of these guys that I've covered and I've watched them play with serious ass injuries, and they continue to march on. And they don't complain. They don't point fingers. They don't do anything. And I've been around these kind of cats. I've watched Jason Taylor play with plantar fasciitis as a defensive end. I've watched Tim Hardaway play with plantar fasciitis as a point guard. These are people that are cutting and shifting all over the place. That's not easy with your foot on fire. I watched Jason Taylor play with a messed up shoulder, Zach Thomas with a messed up neck as a linebacker. Okay? So For Embiid to be out there with that thumb, with that face fracture, and sacrificing and playing with, having to deal with one dog in Ben Simmons and now having to inherit another dog in James Harden. And you got a couple of young guys at least that there's something there. But the problem is you don't have enough people with character. You don't have another superstar next to you with the kind of character that you need to help you. So it's just one of those deals where I just give him credit, bro. You got to put up with all this BS, and you are just selling out every moment of every day for your team and your city. The Sixers fans better embrace that guy for the rest of his time. They better, they're idiots, so they'll boo. They booed Mike Schmidt. So, but you should never, ever boo that guy, ever. Man. And let me tell you, this is a guy that started his career with a very soft type of deal because he is always injured. He is a guy that breaks down a lot. But, man, when you're fighting through these injuries and still playing, that's where I got to just say, okay, I get it. You're always injured. But, dude, you have sold out to everybody. That is amazing. You deserve a lot of props. A lot of respect for Joel Embiid, man. A lot of respect. Let's see. Big O, I hope you're feeling better. Are you buying any altcoins? Yes, sir. I am still scooping up my Avalanche. If you would like to know, I am still scooping up. Let's see. I did scoop up some Luna, really cheap at pennies, just for the hell of it. Throwing money away. It's like a lottery ticket. But no, real investments. I am still investing a little bit in ApeCoin. Definitely a bunch of Cardano, VeChain, definitely buying Bitcoin, Kusama. I bought some Kusama in the process. What's it called? Polygon. Polygon right now is at 58 cents. That's a joke. And I'm staking it too. Polkadot, another one. There's blood in the streets, man. There's blood in the streets. I am relentless. I know where this is going to be long term. Okay. Bitcoin has outperformed every asset in the world over the last 24 and 48 months. What do I always say, Sean? Is it about the micro or the macro? Always macro. Don't look at what's going on in the day or the week or the month. Look at what's gone on over the last year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And there is no asset in the world that has performed better than Bitcoin. And considering all the crap that's going on right now, because everything is suffering, from stocks to real estate to crypto, you name it, everything. Okay? Bitcoin is still holding up as strong as anything. Altcoins have taken a bath. I mean, but that's the ones that you believe in. If you believe in Polygon, this is the time. If you believe in Cardano, this is the time. Okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is the opportunity when everybody's panicking and they're selling and they're losing their asses because they're selling short when they bought high. Those soft hands are opening up all these opportunities. So it's all up to you. Do your homework. If you're convinced that Polkadot is still going to be an incredible company, then that's not going to change 5 months ago, a year ago, or 5 weeks from now. So then keep investing because now you're getting the best price you're ever going to get. You know what I mean? And so, yes, I am still investing in some altcoins that I like a lot. Bought a little SHIB too, by the way. SHIB went so low that I just threw in a little SHIB. What the hell? Not a problem. It's patience, man. It's not about the now. I'm not worried about it. If you're going to give me more time to accumulate Ethereum right now, which is under 2,000, right? Where's Ethereum at right now? I mean, Ethereum is at an absolute steal right now. Let's see where it's at. Ethereum is at 1960. Steal. Now's the time. Load up on your Ethereum. If you can buy an entire Ethereum, then God bless you, man. This is the time. You do not flinch now. Now's the opportunities of a lifetime. So, and what you don't do is sell out what you have and lose your money. Hang on. And if you believe in the project, trust me, it will grow. Okay? All good companies, Tesla's going to bounce back and Amazon's going to bounce back and plenty of companies are down now and plenty of stocks are down now. It doesn't mean they're bad companies. It's just a matter of the war, the supply chain, all the inflation, rate hikes, everything that's been going on, COVID, you name it. It's just a perfect tsunami of problems that has created all of this. That doesn't mean that companies are not going to survive and thrive after all of this. You just got to know which ones they are. That's all. That is your OK Coin Crypto Corner. Let's see. Yes, sir. What are you going to say?
No, George Richards just posted the NHL sent out the finalists for the 2021-22 Hart Memorial Trophy, which is the most valuable player.
Barkov or Huberdeau? Huberdeau's got to be the one.
No Panther made it.
Wow.
It's Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews, and Igor Shesterkin.
Okay. All right.
That's what George Richards was firing back. No Jonathan Huberdeau.
Wow. Okay. Because Hubie, man, this year when Barkov was out,
he's the most valuable player for their team.
I would give Hubie.
Yeah,
man.
I would think you'd be on there, but nope.
Do it in the playoffs, bro.
You know what, man? I mean,
that's what that is. That's what that is. You don't start in the playoffs because you don't go to the playoffs. Now you're in the playoffs, bro. Start in the playoffs, and then that'll help. Because Connor McDavid will start in the playoffs. So yeah. Daniel says got AVAX too. Good for you, bro. I mean, AVAX has had an amazing, and then you stake it at 10% on OK Coin. Holy crap. And remember, as you're staking, you're now getting lower rates. Okay. So when they give you the AVAX in interest, it's at a low rate. So the interest they're going to give you is also going to grow. It's crazy. It's just, you got to be patient. You got to be strong. And you can't allow the FUD, all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt to get to you because it's all just there to kind of confuse you, and it's really not substance. So it's a shame because it forces people to lose money for no reason at all, and hardworking people should not have to lose money because of misinformation that's out there. Irving says, damn, I should have bought more Bitcoin. You should still buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still an amazing price right now. Scoop it up, baby. Big O, I asked you this before, but you would tell me that you have done a show at a theme park. Which parks have you done a show at, and what year was it? I've done it at Hollywood Studios, and I've done it at Epcot. Those are the two places that I've done. And I've done it also on Disney's Wide World of Sports. Also, I've done shows there. So those are the theme parks that I've done it at. Yes. And I've done it over the last 30 years, my brother. I've done it from the ESPN Club shit ton of times. You're probably new to the show. That's probably why, but I've done shows from Disney World for 3 decades now. Easily 25 years. I've been doing shows at Disney World. At one point or another, I will go to a vacation in Central Florida, and I will end up doing a show while I'm on vacation in Disney World. I guarantee you that. I just haven't done it lately, but yeah, that is something that I always do. Yeah. In fact, I last did it while I may have done it at Onside, but I know I did it at 1210 for sure in the last couple years. Let's see what else. Medellin, Miami Molina says, Big O, I'm strapping up my shoes and getting ready to catch the train to work. You the man. Well, enjoy your day. Have a great day at work, my brother. Do your best. The only MVP I won for Hubie is the Conn Smythe Trophy. I'll take it, bro. Let's get it done. Let's see. Big O, should you do a show inside the Hall of Presidents? I don't put my ass to sleep. That's where I go to sleep. I go to sleep at the Hall of Presidents. I sleep at what's that called? Filler Magic. Right? Because you're walking around Disney all day, right? And so then you tell the wife, oh, let's go to Filler Magic. I'm like, yeah, let's go to Filler Magic. And within 5 minutes of Filler Magic, I'm asleep. And then I wake up when the strawberry pie hits my face. You know, at the end where that wind hits you and it's that pie. Whoa, you know, whoa, food, fat guy. I woke up, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's, you know, Hall of Presidents. You know, the GE, now is the time. Now is the best time. You know, I could find myself falling asleep a little bit there too. That's another one where I catch up on some sleep. I could see that. Oh, the tiki with the birds. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because that's the, you know, the women drag you to that one. And you're like, oh, okay, because you got to make the women happy. They want to see the tiki birds and all that BS. And you're catching up. So you got it. That's the thing about Disney. And I want to thank Disney on that because they created certain rides for men to catch up on their sleep and pick up a little energy boost. Because I'll tell you, when I go to the Hollywood Studios, right? And then we'd go to Ariel, right? The mermaid. Oh, brother, that's a good half hour. That's a good half hour. That's when you like wake up and you walk out of the mermaid and you are ready to walk 4 more blocks. And then you're ready to rest again. You know, yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how I, you know, handle, right? What rides do you rest at Indy? I rest on GE, the Presidents. I rest, what did I say? What was the other one?
Small World.
Small World. That's a good one. I forgot about that one. That's strong. Yeah, dude, definitely. Haunted House, I could fall asleep sometimes.
Yeah,
because it's so big and you get to lean back and you really fall asleep. You know what I'm saying?
Pirates up until the little drop.
Oh, I never fall asleep in the Pirates. I love the Pirates.
Yeah.
I'm a child. So I can't fall asleep in the Pirates.
I mean, I can use it as a rest. Not saying that I sit there and, you know, I couldn't fall asleep in it, but I could.
Definitely go there. Tiki birds. Oh, I'm asleep at the tiki birds because the women are the ones that drag your ass there.
Do they still have
Ariel, the mermaid thing? Oh, that's a good half hour.
All the shows, the Lion King show.
Oh, falling asleep.
Yeah,
definitely.
So I always get toward the back.
Yes,
where you can rest.
Definitely.
They got the benches, so you got to sit kind of straight up. You can't really.
Yeah. So Disney, we want to thank you for giving us certain rides where we can actually, you know, catch up with a little sleep. And,
they did it right. They were smart. They were ahead of their time.
Yeah. Yeah. 90 Miles from Cuba says great movie. Used to be one. Yeah, what's that called? Lilo and Stitch now, right? Is that was the great movie Carpet Ride or whatever the hell that thing was called? Ooh, Aladdin. Right, that's the carpet. Oh, yeah, no, but they used to have another carpet thing before that was even cheesier from back in the 70s and 80s. Oh, yes, 30,000 Leagues Under the Sea, you could sleep. Yes.
Before it's been 12 other different things now.
Yeah. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, you could sleep because you would look outside the window and you were really 5 inches underwater. So you were like, yeah, you know, fake fishes, paper fishes. Yeah, let me fall asleep. Yeah, I'm with you there. Yep. Give a Small World and a smoked turkey leg, and I'm good. Yeah, boy, that's dangerous right there. I could sleep for days.
Is the Muppet thing? Is that the Hall of Presidents? Right, that's the Hall of Presidents, right? The Muppets.
No. The Hall of Presidents is the Hall of Presidents.
Okay, well, what about the Muppets one then? The movie that they do.
Where's the Muppet one? I don't even remember the Muppet one. There's a Country Bear Jamboree.
I remember that one. You're right.
That's kind of boring.
You're right.
It's kind of boring. Great movie is Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railroad. Yeah, they don't show that anymore. The Steamboat Willie and all that theater is gone. That was also a great way to sleep. Yes, I would go with that. No, Muppets in Hollywood Studios. That's what they're saying. Yeah, the Alien Ride. Yeah, but the Alien Ride had moving parts to it. Your seat would move. They'd tickle your feet. You can't fall asleep when they're bothering you. That's just not, that's no. It has to be something like Chad says, Carousel of Progress. Now is the time. Now is the best time. This is the time for joy or life. Life is a prize. Live every minute. Open your eyes and, okay. Yes, I'm a loser. I know the song. All right. So let's get to hour number 2. All right. Yesterday's memories are. All right, we're out of here. We'll see you on the other side. Hour number 2 of the Big O Radio Show, live from beautiful Hialeah Park, and the second floor poker room continues.
It's time to tap that app. And no one.
What? Oh, look.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. You need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com. The Big O Radio Show is looking for partners to join our growing platform. If your business is ready to reach an audience that starts in Florida, crosses the nation while expanding internationally, this is the program that provides that vehicle. The Big O Radio Show is ready to broadcast live anywhere in the world to represent your event or product. To reach out by phone, 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. Or email bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. Help us grow as we provide the content and personal connection corporate entities will never achieve.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys?
Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business, car key replacements, and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411, and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by Caneswear. Go to Caneswear.com, where all orders over $99 get free shipping. Sloman's Total Home Security. Protect your home with the best in the business. 1-800-ALARM-ME for the company serving America for nearly 100 years. 1-800-ALARM-ME. Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. Licensed roofing contractor. 100% financing is available. Go to Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com.
When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Hey, welcome back. It's hour number 2 right here from Hialeah Park. Thank you all for hanging in there with us all throughout the week. I know, unfortunately, my voice was not doing its job the last couple of days because obviously I had that cold. But I told you it would go away quickly because it's not one of those nasty real colds. That's the other thing that I'm kind of lucky when I do get that mouth thing. It doesn't become one of those colds that lasts for a couple weeks. I usually get it out of my system. What I do is I take an extra Nature B every day. Instead of 2, I take 3 every day. And then try to flush it out of my system as soon as possible. And it's, within a couple of days, it's been gone. So we're back pretty much to normal here today, which we are blessed. We are blessed. All right. So what else do we have to talk about? We got the Heat tonight at 7:00 at the Wells Fargo Center. We'll see if they can end things. We talked already about the Panthers last night and their win against the Capitals and the things that I'm still not satisfied with when it comes to the Panthers, which I think they are taking for granted. We talked a little bit about the Bucks and the Celtics also last night. Dolphins. Let's get into a little Dolphins talk because I know that we've got Alan Poupart joining us at 11:30 here on the program. So a couple of Dolphins notes I want to get into because I thought it was some pretty cool stuff that I read. Barry Jackson had an interesting article, and talking a little bit about some of the players that are on the team. And one of the guys that I found interesting in the comments and is Eric Uzukama. Now, we've talked about how I've talked about how I feel that McDaniel has created a Deebo Samuel on offense, but in many different forms with 5, 6, 7 different players that are going to play that role instead of putting the burden on one person, which is really, really smart. And Eric is one of those guys that actually brings, that value to that position. And in reading Barry Jackson's article, and when they were talking about, some of the players like Eric, and Welker was the guy that ended up working him out, right? And he goes, I was super excited. Anytime you had a player of that caliber, and I'm sorry, he's talking about Tyreek. My bad here. All right, so he goes, on the 4th round pick on Eric Uzukama, there were certain things watching on film you saw glimpses, but you didn't know, Welker said. Being able to see it firsthand was key in the evaluation process. This kid is way more talented than what we initially thought. His hands are really, really good. That's actually already better than Devontae Parker. They didn't have a huge route tree at Texas Tech, so it was a key getting in there and get a workout with him. The workout showed everything we thought was possible with him. A guy that size, 6'2", can come out of breaks, is a unique skill set. And being able to run as fast as you can and break down at that size and have the hands and body strength to make contested catches, which, by the way, that's something that Devontae Parker does, right? But they talk about the size, right? And being able to run. And he says, Welker spoke to McDaniel after the workout. He goes, we filmed the whole thing. Chris Greer, McDaniel, and the scouts got to see it themselves. We were fired up to have him. And so when you start to, think about that, right? With Uzukama, he replaces Parker on the size like he talked about. Hopefully, you'll have a player that's on the field more and isn't as injured as Parker was throughout his career, right? Because Parker obviously suffered a lot of injuries. Now, you're also looks like with Eric Uzukama, what they think they're going to get more than they did from Devontae Parker is more from the route tree. Because Devontae was kind of limited. It was a fade. It was a slant. There weren't a lot of things that you were doing with him. Well, this guy's probably going to run some bubble screens. This guy will run the slants. This guy will run the deep stuff, right? But he's also going to maybe also come out of the backfield. So he has a lot of different versatility that you could not get from Devontae Parker. And I think that's what they were looking at. They were going, we don't need Devontae Parker. Let's go draft this young man. And this will give us the same kind of guy, except we can do some of the other things we want to do in this offense. So he fits more what you want to do. And again, you're adding a receiver that can add a run option to your team. That's something you weren't ever going to do with Parker. Plus, Parker is so injury prone. This is not the kind of guy that you would want doing that. And I don't even know if he's really, Parker's had so many injuries, he's lost speed with all of that. So this is a kid they feel skill set wise will fill more things than Devontae Parker and add more, let's call flexibility to the offense. So here's a guy that can help you not only in the pass game, but he's going to help you in the run game. And look out if he doesn't also help you out on special teams, because he looks like a pretty good athlete. I would not be surprised if to see him also helping you out a little bit on special teams. And then the other thing, and I think Barry Jackson, had a good feel for this when he asked him about, the Trent Sherfield kid, right? And Barry says in his article, I emerged believing Sherfield has a very good chance to stick. Well, listen to what Welker said. There is so much to like about Trent. As a coach, he's almost a security blanket having a guy like that because you know what he's going to do exactly the way we talked about. Trent is a worker. Not only a great player, but a culture guy. He will bring it every single day. First in the building, last to leave. his toughness, his size, his speed, his physicality, his hands. He's been great for our room, showing all the guys who haven't been in the offense how we do things. It's been a key for him to be there. You hear all of that, right? Okay, now, here you go. You ready? Let me go describe Wes Welker to you. He's a great worker, not only a great player, but a culture guy. He will bring it every single day. First in the building, last to leave, his toughness. Can't say his size, but his speed, his physicality, his hands. Did I not describe Wes Welker almost to a T? Wes Welker was describing himself as a bigger version of Trent Sherfield. That's what I read into that. And I think Barry read into it by I emerge believing Sherfield has a good chance to stick. So it's interesting. You know, these are things that you can read, sometimes read between the lines. Maybe we went a little too far in reading between the lines, and maybe Trent Sherfield, doesn't end up, making the impact that we think he could make or anything along those lines. But listening to him talk about him, it was like, well, wait a minute, are you talking about yourself? It's kind of like what I picked up from all of that. So good stuff there. And listen, in the offseason, you're not going to necessarily get a ton of things, but I do like some of the things that I was able to read. And good job by Barry putting that information together on Trent Sherfield and Eric Uzukanma, who is definitely a guy that is impressive. All right, 855-912-1056 on the Welt and Rayom text line. Yes, sir?
I know he probably doesn't care, but Pat Riley finishes 4th in the NBA executive voting of the year voting.
Wow.
So it's out there.
Okay. All right. Okay. I like it. All right. By the way, we'll get Ira Winderman at noon. So Alan Poupar at 11:30. Ira Winderman will join us at noon. He couldn't join us earlier in the week because he was traveling. So you'll get Ira Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week instead of normally the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But he was traveling on Monday, so he couldn't join us. John Ross says, I fall asleep on the carousel all the time. A little behind. Yes. Yeah, you are a little behind, but yes, the carousel of progress. Yeah, you make a lot of progress in sleeping in that carousel. Yes. Yes. Huh? Yeah. That now is the time. Now is the best time. That one. The GE, that it changes the appliances and the TVs and everything, and they show you the different
What's
decades.
the one that takes you around the whole
the train?
No, not the train. Isn't there?
You mean the Wedway? The People Mover? By Space Mountain and everything else?
Yeah, it takes you around that one.
It's the Wedway, the People Mover.
Okay.
Yeah. You can sleep on that one.
Oh, yes.
You can sleep on that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, they have to wake me up all the time.
That's a good one because that one allows you to extend your feet. If it's just you and the honey,
yeah, you can stretch.
Or you, the honey, and the child, what you do is you have the child sit to the right. Okay, don't sit in front of me, child. See, it's still in there. What's it called? Don't sit in front of me, child, because I can put my feet up on the Wedway and sleep. Yeah, that's a good one, dude. The Wedway is definitely a sleeper. Yes. That one is good. I like that. This Dolphin coaching staff reminds me of the Heat coaching staff with all the ex-players. Well, let's just hope we get a good coaching staff. And let's hope we get the results that we're all looking for, man. You know what I mean? Can we also talk about the Luna crash? I'm still confused by it. Daniel, did you invest in it? How much money did you have in it? I had very little in it, so I didn't really, it's not something that bothers me. I actually now put money into it just for the hell of it. If you don't know what happened, their stable coin, Terra UST, crashed, and it was manipulated. And I think the problem was that Terra USDT coin was not completely established yet. And the funding to back it up wasn't completely established yet. So I don't think we know the players that were involved on how it was attacked. And I know that the people from Tron have already denied it, and so have the people from Celsius have denied it also. But some people are saying that Do Kwon was a smart ass and taking shots, and he had Terra like better than Bitcoin, and he was taking shots at Cardano, who's also coming out with their own coin also. Their own stable coin, like a lot of other companies will have their own stable coin. Not that they're going to necessarily, it might be a stable coin that's within their ecosystem, not necessarily one that's tied to a dollar for you to kind of hide not hide, but put your money on the side there where it would be safe. And that's what your normal stable coin is supposed to do. That in the moments that you're not investing in the market, you go and park it on stable coins, and they're supposed to be safe because they're supposed to be backed up by a dollar. So that way it's, insured. And that they didn't get to that point. And that's where you get to. That's why I keep telling all of you out there that there's a lot of new to all of this, right? So there's a lot of unproven ground, like in any business. So you're going to have failures and you're going to have major setbacks. And the question is, how good of a company are you and how prepared are you for some of those setbacks? Because when it comes to tech, the setbacks are going to be enormous. Rune has been hacked twice for $4 and $8 million, and they paid it right back. And they were ready for it, and they fixed their issue, and they've moved on. They haven't had another problem again. Solana, one of the reasons why I've never invested in Solana, and we've talked about this, is their nodes really aren't decentralized. So really they're controlling it, which then that means they can manipulate it, which I don't like that. And they have had several overloads that has brought their system down, but they've been able to then fix it and overcome it. So you're always going to have setbacks. The question is, how good of a company are you? You know what I mean? Can you then recover from that setback? Whether you're Chrysler, whether you're Chevrolet, whether you're Apple, whether you're whatever it is, you're going to have some kind of a setback and something's going to happen that is not going to be a good look for your company at the moment, but you've got to be able to figure it out. Well, Terra was not prepared. And they were susceptible to a weakness, and somebody or some people exploited that weakness, and it exposed their company. And these are the risks that are going to happen in this environment. Okay. And let me tell you, it's still an awesome company because they've got billions in DeFi, but they failed with their stablecoin. And by the way, this is Do Kwon's second stint at a stablecoin. And he failed the first go around, the way to create the stablecoin. And where he probably took a little too much risk was too much Bitcoin and not enough cash early on, when you knew that there was inflation and all kinds of things going on, which was going to create volatility. And so he had to have a little bit more stability at the moment, because you still have to, we're probably still another year or two away from where this thing just absolutely explodes and mass adoption takes over. Mass adoption is taking over right now as we speak, but it's not to the point where the general person is using it on a daily basis. We haven't gotten there yet. And so those are the things that while we get to that point, you're going to have your volatility. And so now that we have, half of Europe can't get their wheat because Ukraine's in the middle of a war, China's frozen down, so supply chain is broken down. We've got obviously the gas prices, oil prices, everything going through the roof. We've got inflation, we've got tax hikes. I mean, it's just the perfect storm, the perfect tsunami, for all of the terror that's going on in the markets, in the crypto markets, real estate, you name it, everything. Everybody's being affected. But you have to be able to survive it. You know what I mean? And you have to treat yourself just like Terra. That's why I always tell you, what do I always say, Sean? Do you invest the money you need? Never. You invest the money that is discretionary. The money you're never going to need right now for any rent or mortgage or food or insurance or anything like that. So that way, while it's sitting there, it's not hurting you. And when it's dropping in value, you're not freaking out. And you have the patience to allow it to then grow back and grow more. But that's the key. And we have to wait till everything comes out of, this funk. And eventually, if you reinvested now and you bought Tesla and it's down, you're smart. And if you bought Amazon and it's down, and if you bought Bitcoin on it's down, and Ethereum on it's down, and Avalanche on it's down, well, then God bless you. You're smart. But you have to have patience. And you have to be prepared so when the market does have the negativity, you're not losing your crap. And don't ever let anybody tell you, sell it all and then wait till it lowers to buy. You're never going to know when to time the market. You don't know when the bottom's going to be. This could be the bottom. You might have a little bit more. You never know. A friend of mine was like, I wish I had more money. Yes, so do I. You know what I mean? Because you keep waiting and saving some, and then you buy, and okay, this is the bottom here. And then there's a little bit more of a bottom, and you wish you had a little bit more. It happens. But stay strong. All of this will come back, and those of you that stayed strong and invested, a year or two from now, you're going to be laughing your ass off going, man, I'm glad I did not fluster and I did not end up giving in, because it's going to pay off big. Yes, sir. What do we have? Read it for me. Read it. The schedule? Well, tell it to us. Come on. You have it.
All right.
Who reported it?
This is from Tom Ernice. Ernice is one that
he's good.
Yeah, he retweeted it. So
Tom's good, dude. Let's go.
It looks like if this is accurate, this is the leaked schedule. September 11th, they will open at Buffalo.
Okay. Well, that was the rumor, right?
Yep. Their second game will be Pittsburgh, home. Then they travel for the Amazon Thursday night game against the New England Patriots. Then they'll play the Bengals on Monday Night Football. Then they've got the Texans, the Chargers on NBC, Sunday Night Football. The Jets, the Lions, at the Lions. Then they'll play a Monday night game against the Browns. Then it's the Patriots at home, at Baltimore, Buffalo at home, Minnesota here. They travel to Chicago, Green Bay here. Then they're on the road the final 2 weeks at San Francisco on New Year's Day. And the Jets, they'll close out the season in New York January 8th. So they'll have 4 primetime games if the league schedule is accurate.
Okay. Well, that's good. At least they get to kick the Jets' ass to end the season. I love that.
Interesting. They get the 49ers on New Year's Day as well. That's going to be an interesting thing. Mike McDaniels.
Okay. So when is it?
That's New Year's Day, January 1st. Against
to play the Niners?
Yep, they play the Niners. A 4:05 start.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
So they've got a Thursday night game, 2 Monday night games, and then a Sunday night game, if it's accurate.
Okay. All right. So 3 prime times.
4 if you count the Amazon Thursday night game.
Okay. Yeah.
They've got the Patriots. That's their first one, the third week of the season.
Okay.
They play the Patriots on Thursday Night Football. Then they follow that up at Cincinnati on Monday night the following week. Then they get a week of regular. Then they're primetime once again. They basically have 3 primetime games in 4 weeks. And they play the Chargers.
Okay.
So it'll be Herbert and Tua.
Okay.
And that'll be on Sunday Night Football.
All right. Big O, I went to the Panthers game last night. The first period, I'm saying to myself, this is not the same team. Then the second period, they looked like the team we know, but it was great crowd at the game. Yeah, you guys were all on your hands that first period. It was close. It was a very quiet arena in that first period. You guys didn't have a lot to cheer about. So would you buy ETH now? No, I would load up on ETH. If I don't have any ETH, I mean, I have a ton of ETH. But I would buy a little more. I've bought a little more ETH already. It's just so you'll know. But yes, and especially if you don't have any ETH, my God, under 2,000, great price for Ethereum. Oh, man. Load up. Yes, sir.
No, I just want to reiterate, this is what was sent out as supposedly the
Right.
schedule.
Right. It's not
saying
official.
this is official or anything like that. So
Right.
have at it.
All right. Biggo, when did you invest in crypto? About 18 months ago, 19 months ago now? Yeah, I'm not like this long-term guy or anything like that. Let's see. The guy who originally posted that leak has deleted the tweet. Okay. All right. It's not accurate. How much you want to bet? I have.
Again, that's what we're saying. We just sent out
have
the info.
no
that we
idea.
had. I mean, it's a leak schedule.
Yeah. Big O, is it true that Vegas lowered the Miami total from 8.5 to 6.5? I don't know, but damn, I took it. I took it. Yeah, I'm taking an L because I took it at 6.5. I had 8.5, bro. So hey, I'm going back in July. I'll bet it again at 6.5. I'll double my bet at 6.5 now. Is what I'll do. That's what you call covering your bet. So I'll double it now at 6.5. I'm going to win both bets. Then how do you like that? So I hope it is at 6.5 when I go back in July for the Vegas Summer League. I hope so. That'll be cool. So I have no idea if it's true or not. I have a leaking bong. Puff, puff, give. What's the over and under on schedule being accurate? That is the question. Yeah. All right. Are we ready for the man, the myth, the legend that is Alan Poupart? All right. Let's do it, baby. Let's get into our Sports Grill Miami Dolphins report.
Let's get ready to talk Dolphins football. It's the Sports Grill Miami Dolphins Report with Sports Illustrated's Alan Poupart. With locations throughout South Florida, Sports Grill is the home of the special grilled wings. Check out our sponsored locations in Miami on Bird Road and 114th and in Miami Lakes in the Royal Oaks Plaza. Here's Miami Dolphins insider Alan Poupart.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. That is Alan Poupart in our Sports Grill Miami Dolphins report. How you doing, my man? Is he there? Do we have him?
I do better if my was completely active, which I have to do. Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, God. Is Jeffrey Loria paying for your internet? What's going on
here?
there?
Acting up. I have to do this on my phone.
You're doing it on your phone.
That's a bad name to mention to me, Big O. You should know better, man.
I know, but that's kind of the idea.
Do it on the phone. My internet's whacked out today.
Well, wasn't Jeffrey Loria whacked out? Right? I mean, look at you. Oh, God. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this anymore. He's this is kind of tough. Yeah, this is rough. I think let's try to get him on phone. Let's do that. Let's do phone. Let's do phone.
In and out.
Yeah, I know. Let's do phone. Hang up on him and we'll get back. We'll get him on the phone instead of the video, because if the video is not able to be carried right, I don't want it going back and forth. But on the phone call, we'll be able to hear everything he says, and we can move on and have some fun with it. Let's see. Brandon says Tua is a slow blinker, which implies, Oz, your problem is you're listening to Brandon Marshall, bro. I mean, so there's a guy that's with a woman that stabs him, and he can't tell he doesn't know how to tell a taxi to take him home. He ends up in the airport. Please, bro. Slow blinker. How about just don't listen to an idiot? Slow blinker my ass. Let's see what else. We're gonna get him on the phone now? Okay, so we'll get him now on the phone, and we'll do the interview that way instead. Are you there, my man?
Phone.
There we go.
I'm on the phone. Sorry, I'm having all types of internet issues here in my neighborhood, and even with the phone, I'm trying to walk outside and comes and goes.
I personally think it's just Loria hate expos. He screwed your Marlins, and now he's messing with your internet. I think it's all Loria, bro.
You can't hate me more than I hate him. And I'm not the only Montreal person, Expos fan, who have a very, very nasty place in our hearts for that dude.
Oh, we have nasty places for him also here in South Florida also, so don't worry about that. We're right there with you in the nastiness. And
he's very versatile in being hated.
Yes, he is consistent in that. That's for damn sure. All right, so I really liked the way the coaches were describing Eric Uzukama and some of the things that they, listening to Wes Welker talk about how, how they went and worked out the kid and how they didn't have the same, they didn't have a versatile a route tree for him at Texas Tech, and they kind of feel that they found themselves a diamond in the rough. Is that what you're picking up?
Well, for disclosure, I did not listen to Wes Welker. I have his comments, which I have not reviewed yet. I spent the entire time with the offensive coaches talking with Frank Smith, the offensive coordinator. Well, yeah, if they didn't think he was going to amount to anything, they wouldn't have picked him. And no, if you found that, he rounds out the wide receiver core very well. Also, that he gives them like a different type of receiver than what they have with a whole bunch of speed guys with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill and Kendrick Wilson to a lesser extent. So, yeah, no, they're, again, obviously, if they didn't like him, they wouldn't have picked him in the same for Channing Tindall. And how much you're going to contribute both as rookies, because there's only so many wide receivers you're going to have on the field at one time. So even though he might have a bright future, even if he doesn't put up big numbers as a rookie, first of all, that happens quite often with rookie wide receivers, especially a guy picked in the fourth round. Again, that doesn't mean he's not going to be a good player down the line.
We are having trouble really hearing you, bro. It's I'm having trouble understanding everything that you're saying. So yeah, the reception is really bad there. We're gonna have to check out, bro, and we'll catch up. See if we can catch up tomorrow, and hopefully we're in a better space. How about that? All right.
Yep, that sounds good.
Yeah. Let's do
have
that.
internet tomorrow.
Yeah. You got it. All right. That is Alan Poupart. Okay. I'd rather do the interview where we can all hear it and everything is perfect and it's sponsored. So I want to make sure everything's done the right way. You know what I'm saying? So, by the way, the folks at Sports Grill, they are hiring in their Doral location. They got a brand new Doral location. It is a beautiful restaurant. They're also hiring in Miami Lakes and also on Bird Road and 114th, Miami Lakes. In Miami Lakes, they just had an old lady drive through the window. In that shopping center, but it's like you panicked. So so they are hiring in Miami Lakes, they are hiring in Bird Road, and they're hiring in Doral, from kitchen to hosting and everything in between. So if you are looking for a job and working for a great place and some great owners, because Carlos and Frankie, they just do an amazing job, dude. They are just absolutely awesome people, great family business, and they will take care of you. So I tell you that because if you are looking for work, Sports Grill, Bird Road, Miami Lakes, and Doral, all hiring. All right, there you go. If you want to get in on the program, 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056 on the Welt and Rayom text line. And we love Daniel and Jeff. They do a great job. You're looking for a law office, whether it's bankruptcy, homeowner property damage. We got Welt and Rayom defending us. Condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims like Sports Grill, somebody going right through your window, commercial litigation, personal injury. If you're looking for a law firm that you can trust, Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom are a proud sponsor of ours. Jeff, by the way, has been listening to our show for over 20 years. I've been going back and forth with Jeff on Twitter, not even knowing that he was a lawyer. And now he has become a great sponsor of our program and sponsoring our text line. And some of you have already called for some of these issues that I'm talking about. But if you need any help, please reach out to Welt and Rayom and tell them that Big O sent you. 954-966-4646. They're right there in Hollywood. So they're centralized here in South Florida. Welton Realm, 954-966-4646 for Welt and Realm. All right? There you go. I love it. Appreciate all of you out there as always. All right. Oh, no watch parties for the Heat at all? Not yet, sir. Nope, not yet. Not yet. But hey, listen, if you're more than willing to sell it for us and reach out to a bar that wants to host us for some Heat watch parties, you're more than welcome, Carlos. Okay? You can do that for us. So are the expanding the rosters past 53 now since we're 17 games? I don't think so. I think it's still 53 players and 10 in the practice squad. I don't know if they have the expanded practice squad this year because of COVID still. That I don't know. That I can't answer, but I can tell you this. 53 players on the roster has not changed. That I do know. Okay? I think there are 4 levels of Tua supporters. Yeah, I don't really care. Like The Rock would say, it doesn't matter who the Dolphins play. There you go. Glad you're sounding better and feeling better, Big O. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. Definitely feel good. Just got to clear it up a little bit, man. That's all. I still have a little bit in there. Obviously, you've heard it when I laughed that there's still something in there. But at least it looks like it's still now here, not here. You know what I mean? So it was getting in the way here the last couple of days, and I wasn't able to really, damn, what was it? Was it Monday that I struggled badly, that I was like creaky? Was it Monday? And Tuesday? Tuesday was the worst day, right? Yeah, right. Yeah. And so, yeah, and then Wednesday got a little better because we lasted a little over 2 hours yesterday. So that was actually pretty good. And so it's good. I'm not getting crazy with my voice. I'm trying to pace myself so that way we can, get things done. But anyway, talked a little bit about the Dolphins and a couple of players that I saw that they were talking about. A couple of the wide receivers. By the way, Marlins won last night, 11-3. Unfortunately, they've had a terrible, stretch here. Thank God they got the wins yesterday and they got all those runs in the 9th inning. Chisholm with a 3-run home run in the 9th. That was nice. 2 3-run homers in the 9th. Marlins win 11-3. Alcantara didn't even get the win, and he went 7 innings, 2 hits, an earned run, 6 Ks. He's got a 2.74 ERA. They're off tonight, by the way. Friday, they will start a set with the Brewers over at the stadium. So that's what we got going on. Canes-wise, there's a little news on the recruiting front. American Heritage wide receiver Brandon Inniss, 5-star number 1 wide receiver, number 10 player in the country in the 2023 class by 247 Sports, visiting with the Canes. He decommitted from Oklahoma after this dude left to USC. What's his name now? Riley, right? Whatever his name is. And so he has Alabama and Ohio State also in the mix. I almost get the feeling like this kid really wants to leave. And I know they talk about all this stuff, and Mario apparently is texting him every day, and obviously Mario's Mr. Relentless. So he's constantly going after the kid, but it just, you almost get that feeling that this young man wants to. It's not an anti-UM thing or anything like that. Not that I would know him or anything, but he was already committed to Oklahoma for Lincoln Riley, right? So now all of a sudden, Lincoln's gone to USC, and he still has Alabama and Ohio State there, and Miami now is in the mix. And I think that's a tribute really to Mario Cristobal, because who knows, with Manny Diaz here, I don't know if he still is the option. You know what I mean? Does he have Miami as an option? It's nice to have it in the mix. I just hope I'm wrong that it seems like he wants to kind of spread his wings and go outside, because you don't see him mixing in Florida State or Florida, any of the other state schools. It's Miami, and then you hear Alabama and you hear Ohio State. But hey, listen, if Miami now is in the conversation with the same players that Ohio State and Alabama are looking for, then you're now in the right neighborhood. Okay. Now you're driving and hanging out and living in the right neighborhood now, because now you're starting to take players away from them that they're getting, so you can build your powerhouse, so you can take down those kind of teams. Because that's been the problem for Miami for a long time. They have not possessed the kind of problem, the kind of a talent that you need to take down the Alabamas and the Ohio States of the world. Now, maybe you start getting the Brandon Innises of the world at different positions and those 5-star guys. If they are really 5-star guys, then you should be fine, man. Should be fine. Big O, are you buying Luna right now? I did buy some Luna last night. Yes. I bought it at Penny's. Why not? Why not buy a little bit, throw the money away, just a couple bucks. It's the kind of money like a lottery ticket. Okay? So if it's Penny's, you waste 20, 30, 40 bucks and you're going to get a whole bunch of coins. So if it happens to go, it put it this way, if Luna this was over $100. If Luna just goes to $10, I make a bunch of money. Just $10. That's all I needed to do. Go to a couple bucks, and I'm making tons of cash on it. And good, I'll take it. So, yeah, I took a little gamble, even though it's a complete gamble, not an investment. Kind of like what I tell you with Shiba, right? I never tell you that, Ethereum and Bitcoin and Polygon and Avalanche and Cardano, these are things that I expect to pay off handsomely. And these are real investments that I will continue to dollar cost average and keep buying and keep buying. As many dips as come on those things, I'm going to keep buying, man. You're not going to stop me buying Polkadot and Kusama. You're not going to get me to stop buying VeChain. No. My conviction has not swayed whatsoever. I know what they're going to be down the line. I'm not worried about it right now. So if you want to keep giving me discounts, I'll keep taking those discounts and I'll keep staking and making my money. I have no problem with that. So yeah, it's at Luna right now, it's a little bit of a gamble. As long as you understand that way, that if you're, it's pennies right now, if you throw $20, $40, $50, you're getting hundreds of shares. As long as you understand you're throwing that money away, if it comes back to roost and you make the money, God bless you. If it doesn't, you have to understand they're in a catastrophic position right now that they have put themselves in. So it is what it is. Antonio Abraham, you are a true professional. You don't waste time to pull the cord, and that's what you just did perfect. Can't learn anything if there is mumbling. And it's not that he was mumbling, it's just that we couldn't understand him, and it's just, we can't keep going with the interview. We have to do it right. Let's see. What's race issue? What's going on? Tua doesn't have the it factor, not a big and smart black media. What superpowers makes? Okay, here we go. There we go. All right. No, just eliminate stupidity. And when you eliminate stupidity, you're good. You're good. By the way, speaking of stupidity, did you see Andy Dick? You know who he is, right? You know that loser's been arrested 800 times, right? And I got to be honest. Why is Andy Dick, speaking of it, because we had a Dick we had to block here on the chat board, so it reminded me of this. Why is Andy Dick even free? So now he's been arrested for felony sexual battery on live stream. Now I want you to listen to this story, okay? Andy Dick was arrested Wednesday for felony sexual battery, the Orange County Sheriff's Office confirmed. Sergeant Scott Steinel told the police they received a call around 9 a.m. local time from a campground facility in O'Neill Regional Park in California. They believe the call was placed by an alleged victim of the sexual assault, who is an adult male. Police have not released the man's name. However, a YouTube channel titled Captain Content RV, which captured the arrest and events leading up to it, revealed a man who goes by the name of JJ accused Dick, 56, of molesting him in his sleep. So around the 3:10 mark of the clip from the live stream, a disoriented JJ can be heard telling another person in the recreational vehicle which he claims occurred. He says hesitantly, "I was just in bed right now and I smelled certain parts of my body, and I was in the RV and Andy, and the last thing I remember, we were on the phone with his fiance. I smelled parts of myself and they smell like artificial smells." The streamer then alleged that he thought he had lotion or lube-like substance in his butt. So around the 5:29 mark of the original live stream, JJ attempts to confront Dick, but, just his name alone with this whole thing. But the comedian appears more concerned with his drugs. "Did you take my cocaine?" he asked the streamer, who replies, "No, I didn't even take it," whenever it was offered. JJ then asks, "Why did you assault me in my sleep?" To which Dick responds, "I never assaulted you in your sleep. Can you leave me alone?" Despite the denials, the sergeant says they took Andy Dick's and his star into custody based on information that was given to them from the alleged male victim when they arrived on the scene. The actual arrest took place around 11:15 a.m. local time. Dick has not been charged. Pending the district attorney's review, he had not arrived at Orange County Jail at the time we spoke. His bail was later set for $25,000. As for the alleged victim, who appears to be JJ from the live stream, it's unclear whether he was taken to the hospital or not. Okay? Now, the sergeant says he confirmed to us that the Special Victims Unit is involved in this situation as part of their investigation to make sure the victim is taken care of physically and would also include potential physical exam. This is like one twisted dude. By the way, in 2018, he pleaded not guilty to misdemeanor battery and misdemeanor sexual battery after allegedly groping a woman's buttocks. And he was also charged with groping a driver from ride-hailing service in 2019 and was arrested allegedly for hitting his boyfriend with a liquor bottle in November of 21. Like I said, why is he out on the streets? Why? Why? This is only going to end one way. It's crazy. What a dick. That's all I can tell you. By the way, speaking of crazy ass stories and penises, did you guys hear about the Mark Jackson story? Yeah, now, huh? Huh? Crazy penis Mark Jackson? That got your attention, didn't it? Exactly. Well, here's the story running around that ESPN, the magazine, chose not to print in 2016. Well, apparently on the Warriors' rise after Jackson authored, they declined to name here the author. The piece was ultimately spiked and not due to errors or structural issues the article had. The problem was the feature was simply Mark Jackson content was too incendiary. The article contained the following: extensive reporting on the cult-like us against them atmosphere Jackson had cultivated, in which he regularly demeaned the bosses to within the locker room. Allegations that Jackson had in his final days with the team ramped up the religious rhetoric in ways that were increasingly extreme and divisive. Mark had, according to sourcing, accused underlings of being influenced by the devil, inspiring Jackson to lay hands on them to cleanse them of evil spirits. "I will put my hand on you, and we will scare the evil spirits away." Two sources relaying that Jackson had referred to Jason Collins and team president Rick Welts, both openly gay, as penis grabbers who were going to hell. That's the story, apparently, in 2016. And if you're wondering, after Mark Jackson doing one hell of a job with the Golden State Warriors, and you keep wondering to yourself, why didn't he get another job? What do they know that we don't know? Now, this is on blacksportsonline.com. Don't know if it's true or not, okay? But you wonder, because if there's any truth to it, other teams cannot touch him, right? Even if Mark Jackson has problems with other men touching or whatever, he says. Oh, God, what a story. Penis grabbers and they're going to hell. It's a hell of a story. That's the kind of story that you have to sit back and wonder, okay, because really, haven't you wondered, like Mark Jackson did a hell of a job with the Warriors. Like, why doesn't he, like they give everybody a second chance. No matter what you do practically, you had to have done something like really, really bad. So, and I don't know if Mark Jackson is going to answer to any of this stuff. And I don't know if any players on the Warriors are going to, currently on the Warriors, were on the Warriors in those days, would then confirm any of these crazy stories. But you do have to sit back and say, man, almost any coach gets a second chance. Why hasn't Mark Jackson gotten one? And there was this talk that he had a run-in with the front office and the owners and all that. And if, you're calling your team president a penis grabber and you're going to hell, yeah, that might be a problem. That just might be a problem. Wow. Tell you. Did you like that story, huh? That's research, bro. That's research. We work for you guys here in this show. Okay? We don't have to do lazy radio and sit back and talk about some practice highlight. Some people can do that because they've got no other skills, so they can just, talk about stupid stuff. But we don't do that kind of stuff. We actually work here and talk about substance and talk about real stories that are going on in sports, and talking about real receivers like Azukama and Trent Sherfield and Mark Jackson, and giving you facts about Andy Dick. These are the things that we work hard for you guys. We talk Heat, we talk Panthers. We don't waste our time with silliness like others do, because there's a ton of laziness that goes on. Steve Rubert says, Big O, I am not a metalhead, but I found a group, Sabaton, with the song The Last Stand. Great song. I know they've been around for quite some time. I'll check it out. Sabaton. Do they sing or do they scream? That's the thing. The last, what is it called? Stand. Okay. Well, I wrote it. I'll check it out, but I don't know if they sing or scream is the question. All right, let's get ready for hour number 3, and we will scream from the top of our lungs, because Ira Winderman and our Acura Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report is next.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411, and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their Previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Folks, you can support the hardest working sports talk show in South Florida through Cash App or Venmo. Just search Cash Big O Show. Support us through Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. We thank you for your incredible support.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. Heat fans, time for the best insight of your favorite team with insider Ira Winderman, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. It's the Acura of Pembroke Pines, Miami Heat and NBA report. Here's Ira Winderman.
All righty, he is there, ready to rock and roll. Ira Winderman. Wait a minute, there he is. There he is. How you feeling, Ira? You looking good?
I'm good. We're actually in Wells Fargo Center now. Just got done with Heat Shoot Around. I told everyone, you got to be quick. I got the Big O Show to do. We got the Acura Pembroke Pines report. That's what matters. I try to set up the guys in a new 2022 Acura, but, you know, some of the guys said, look, when we get back to town, I'll go down there. I'll go to the Pines. I'll see what I can do. So I am trying to push product both for the Big O Show and for our sponsors out there.
There you go. That's the idea, baby. That's what we got to do. We got to get everybody in an Acura. Very reliable. Take it from a guy that's had several already over the years in our family. So, yes, we love our Acuras. There's no doubt about that, my man. All right. I love the way the Heat has played. You know, we saw when they had to turn it up and kind of say, all right, Trey, here you go. We're going to create hell for you. I didn't see that early on in this series, and it just seems like as of late now, the Heat's like, yeah, we got to turn it up on defense, because that's what I was saying when everybody was talking about playing Duncan and three-point shooting. I was like, no, man, it's about defense. This team is not dedicated to the defensive side of the court. Are we going to see more of that tonight, Ira? Because if we see that, I think they can end it tonight.
You know, it's interesting because I know you had Anthony Chang on just before the shoot around, and I asked Eric Spoelstra at the shoot around here at the Wells Fargo Center. I can't recall a series, Big O, that had this much chess matching through the first 5 games. And it's been back and forth, how they're playing Joel Embiid, whether they're doubling James Harden or not, where they're coming from on the double teams. On the other side, the Sixers not doubling Jimmy, letting him get his, but making sure they don't give up the three-point shots. Doc Rivers said, hey, I might have to change that. This guy is killing us. So maybe tonight's the night of the Heat three-point shooters. So when you talk about the defense, I would put it in a little different perspective. I think this is a really intelligent Miami Heat team, and the way they are playing right now, that they can get a new game plan and learn on the fly. And Big O, I know you've talked about this for years on your shows, when you weren't happy when the Dolphins would come out after halftime and not adjust. And it would be the same BS, and the other team would win halftime. Yes. I think what you're seeing from this Heat team, and we saw it in last game, this Heat team is not only playing well, they're not only playing hard, but they're playing smart. Yeah. Game plans are hard. I know for people out there, they're throwing a ball through a hoop, it's worth 2 points, and you got a bunch of men running around in short pants. I understand it could be a beautifully basic game so all of our grandmothers can enjoy it. All of the abuelas out there can go, hey, I love that team. But when you really crystallize it and realize how much goes in, I think that's what the Heat have done best defensively is they've taken the game plan, they've reformulated, and they've gone out there and they've activated. They have been really good. And I would not be surprised tonight at Game 6 here in Philadelphia if Eric Spoelstra comes with a new twist and Doc Rivers comes with a new twist. And it might not only be the hardest playing team, meanest, toughest, all that Heat BS or whatever, it also might be the smartest team that comes out ahead.
Well, one of the things that you talked about, I talked about with Anthony, that they allowed Bam to play Embiid a little bit more, but to Bam's credit, he played smart.
Yes.
He tried not to overcommit and get too physical where he would get himself in trouble, where he would try to put a hand in his face, but he didn't want to put the hand on his face. You know what I'm saying? So I thought, and then the switching that they were able to do, whether it was PJ, whether it was Bam, certain guys that were able to switch from one opponent to another, from one defender to another, I thought that was also really, really smart the way they were able to design that. The help defense, in other words, was just absolutely fantastic the way they designed it in that game. That's why I'm saying that. And Jimmy said it at the end of that game. I even tweeted out, he said, we don't care about our shooting. We take care of our defense. Everything else falls into place. And to me, isn't that what this entire franchise has always been about?
Oh, absolutely. It's been about playing hard. It's been about playing smart. It's about doing things the right way. And your example is spot on. Think about the last time the Heat played here in Game 4. I know Dwayne Dedmon wasn't available because of the head cold and illness. Bam got into foul trouble, and all of a sudden you had PJ Tucker, God bless 6'5" PJ Tucker, trying to guard 7'19" Joel Embiid. And then you even had those Markieff Morris moments, which didn't exactly play out so well. So Bam has to stay on the floor. Dwayne Dedmon's had foul trouble in this series. He has to stay on the floor. And you stay on the floor, like you said, by playing smart. You could want to go out there. You've seen this, Big O, in all sports. Guys going out running 1,000 miles an hour, and then you go, but what are you actually accomplishing? There's more to it than that. You have to play smart. You have to play within the system. Bam will learn that. I don't know. Maybe you can come up. Maybe you could say Joker or some other players. I don't think there's a more difficult defensive cover than Joel Embiid for this reason. Joker, Nikola Jokic, is willing to make the pass. So a lot of times he's just standing at the elbow, making the pass, giving the ball to someone else. But Joel Embiid is strong going to the rim, is solid, as good as maybe any big man of that size with his outside shooting. So it presents that, do you go out on him? Do you give up the jump shot? How do you guard him? And that size of his is remarkable. Again, people, to put this in perspective, if you have a chance, watch the opening jump ball tonight on ESPN. The size difference between Joel Embiid and Bam Adebayo is sort of the size difference between Bam Adebayo and a normal, typical person. He's that much bigger. So the Heat are facing an uphill battle in terms of size. And, this is an undersized team anyway. Bam Adebayo is an undersized center. PJ Tucker is an undersized power forward. Jimmy Butler, let's be honest, he's really a shooting guard. He's playing as an undersized small forward. And Kyle Lowry, when he plays, or even Gabe Vincent, these days with the Ben Simmons type, is an undersized point guard. So they're giving up a lot. You got to do it with smarts. You got to do it with hustle.
Gabe Vincent starting?
Gabe Vincent has to start. He's like the automatic starter. It's almost interesting.
He's good.
He's 5-0 in the playoffs. Why would you go any other direction? This is the thing. I was talking about this yesterday with Clay Ferraro on our Sloman's Home Security Inside the Paint show. And we had this, and I'll play this game with you also because I know you love a good game show.
Oh, yeah.
You would agree if Kyle Lowry could be 90% of Kyle Lowry, you would play him tonight, right?
Yes. I love the way he runs the offense.
Would you play him at 80%?
No.
Or 70 or 60. With Clay, I got down to about 60. So that's the thing. You can love the player. You can love what he does when he's whole. But in these NBA playoffs, you can't go 20% short or 30% short on any player. And that's the conundrum. Kyle Lowry.
And by the way, I might lean to 80, but since I'm watching your production, no. That's my problem. That overall,
since you're watching
what your play is, at 80, you're not good enough. In fact, I'm sorry.
Also what the fill-in guy is doing, and here's the beauty of this roster that Ira Winderman and Orlando Alzagari, going back when we were at the Miami Soccer Stadium and have spoken about ever since, was the Victor Oladipo angle. And how might he help you improve his worth? He's proving it now as a backup point guard. that Tyler Hero with the second unit no longer has to be forced to be a playmaker. He can get back to more of his natural scoring instincts because you have Victor Oladipo. So what the Heat have in Gabe Vincent is replacement starter, 5-0. Victor Oladipo's replacement backup point guard, former All-Star for God's sakes. They are positioned to endure the Kyle Lowry absence. I don't think this team could endure in the playoffs a Jimmy Butler absence. I know they did it in Game 5 against Atlanta, but Atlanta stinks. I don't think this team could afford a Bam Adebayo absence. God bless Dwayne Dedmon and what he does. But then your next center, since you're not playing Yurtseven, is probably Markieff Morris or PJ Tucker. You were in trouble there. So remarkably, they can survive without Kyle Lowry. Now, I don't know if they can do it against the Bucks or Celtics or against the Suns or against the Warriors. But now, tonight, I agree with you, Big O. This is the right way to go.
Not that I want to be ultimately cruel with the kid, but I think you want to blitz this team and be as good as you can defensively. And I just don't see Duncan Robinson. Why even giving him any minutes? I'd rather have Caleb out there get all the minutes because he's the guy that can help me both ways. Whereas Duncan can only help me out in one way offensively. He's limited in other ways offensively too. I just would like to see more of a defensive player out there. I'm not so much worried about Caleb's three-point shooting or Duncan. I'd rather have the body out there that can facilitate and defend.
This is, folks, where I'm going to disagree with the Big O, and I will get a nasty text right after this from the Big O. I think this could be a Duncan Robinson game for this reason. Doc Rivers spoke after last game, we might have to change our approach on Jimmy. Okay. Obviously, that's code for we might have to bring a double team or a trap against him, which means after making the priority the first 5 games of this series not to allow the Heat's three-point shooters to get off, there might be a spot for a three-point shooter to really get on a roll. So if I'm Eric Spoelstra and the game starts and they're running Harden and Maxey or Tobias Harris and doubling Jimmy, I might say, you know what? I'm going to keep Jimmy in the game, but put Duncan out there also. Because this might be the chance. Big O, you talk about this in baseball all the time. Sometimes when a guy's in a hitting slump, he can lay down a bunt because the third baseman is playing so far behind the bag. Yeah. This could open it up for Duncan Robinson, where if you're seeing folks the first couple of minutes when you're watching on ESPN, Jimmy getting trapped and getting doubled, it could become three-point shooters paradise. And you know what, Big O? As much as you say Duncan gives it up on the other end, if he's giving me 3 on one end and giving up 2 on the other end, I only went to state school in New York, but I still think that could be a winning proposition.
I get it, but that usually that's not the way it's been working out lately. That's the thing. It's just I think we have this perception of Duncan from months ago, or maybe from a year ago or 2 years ago, when it's not the perception and it's not the reality of what we've been getting the last few months from the kid. And that's where, if you're the coach, it's like potluck every time you call for the guy. Right. So if I'm going to deal with potluck, then I'd rather just go with the guy that I know, that at least Caleb, I know I'm going to be able to get the defense and the facilitating. And if he brings the offense too, holy crap, now I'm good. But at least he's not a burden or a deficiency for me in other areas.
And what I would tell you, this, Big O, and Eric Spoelstra's told us this so far through these first 10 games of the Heat's playoffs, is every playoff game is its own individual act. And every playoff game can have unique circumstances. So, look, I'm not saying if Duncan Robinson comes off the bench tonight and is 5 for 8 on three-pointers against a trapping Jimmy Butler defense, that you have to start him or play him against Milwaukee or Boston. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that every individual, just like an NFL playoff game, takes on a life of its own. So, if they are going to blitz Jimmy in football parlance, I'm going to throw a few more screen passes. And Duncan's going to be my guy in the flat who's going to get him and hopefully hit the threes. So I'm not saying blanket statement, you're wrong, Big O, and Duncan should be playing 20 minutes a game. I'm saying tonight, in this situation, this might be a Duncan Robinson moment or not. Because maybe Max Strus comes out and he's 5 or 6 on threes. And maybe Gabe Vincent is 3 and 4 on threes. And you don't need Duncan. That's possible also.
Don't forget, folks, that Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines is celebrating their 14th anniversary, baby, and 12 straight years of the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Right now, the ILX, $369 a month. They got some great lease features. Go check it out at 15601 Pines Boulevard and tell them that Big O sent you. All right, Kyle Lowry, how injured is he?
You know what? A hamstring is not a how injured. A hamstring is a soft tissue injury that you just never know. I believe When you get older, it becomes that much more difficult to come back from it. It took 2 weeks the first time, from April 22nd till they came back in Game 3 in Philly. The beauty of all of this is, not that there's a beauty with an injury, there's a chance the Heat won't play again till next Tuesday if either of the other Dallas-Phoenix or Boston-Milwaukee series goes 7 games. So by sitting him out tonight, you were giving him 9 days off from the last time he played. You would hope that would be enough time, just so people know the scheduling, Big O. If the Heat win tonight, but if Dallas wins tonight, that means the Heat, no matter what, doesn't play till next Tuesday. If Boston-Milwaukee goes 7 games, they play on Friday, the Heat don't play till Tuesday. So the Heat could know by the end of tonight's action, the 2 games, they're off till Tuesday. That's a perfect world for Kyle Lowry. And here's the problem. If the Heat lose tonight and they have to play on Sunday in a winner-take-all game, that's only a week away from Kyle Lowry. I don't know if that'll be enough. And if the Heat lose tonight, they won't be undefeated with Gabe Vincent as the starter. Maybe they feel more compelled to play Kyle. So the Heat's perfect scenario is close it out tonight, have someone else besides them playing on Sunday, come back next Tuesday. I think you'll be a lot closer to whole then.
Nobody's going to have any red hair today, right? Because, basically that's what happened yesterday. You paint your hair green, and that's just, a clown show when you turn over the ball at the end of the game.
That's who Marcus Smart is. And you know what? I will say this. Marcus Smart made a good driving play. And again, I think we do this too much in sports talk. We criticize instead of praise. Drew Holiday made a great play. Awesome. And Drew Holiday on the last steal at midcourt made a great play. So instead of lambasting Marcus Smart, who's had a pretty good offseason, playoff season rather, and he did turn the corner with that drive, Drew Holiday just made 2 fantastic plays. And I think you would agree when we talk about the pantheon of underrated athletes in all of sports, I think Drew Holiday's always been a guy who's been overlooked by the flashier kind of guys. He was fantastic with that 3-pointer and the 2 defensive plays at the end. He was star of the last minute of that game.
So he justified the 3 first-round picks for the trade, is what you're saying.
Oh, more than ever. And you know what? That's right. I love Milwaukee did that trade with the Pelicans, just like Pat Riley does this kind of stuff. Just like Big O on the Big O show and the Accurate Pembroke Pines Report will be lamenting the Heat's contract for Kyle Lowry, paying a guy till he's 38. But Pat Riley is screw it. I'm going to live in this moment. We are going to get it going now. And you know what? I have no trouble as a sports fan because I don't want to be part of, I'm here right now, the process. I don't want to be part of the Marlins. Hey, we got some fantastic kids playing in Jacksonville in AA and guys in single A. And 3 years from now, you're going to love our team. Screw that. I want to live in the moment. I'm living in the moment with the Heat. I'm living in the moment with the Panthers. They get a veteran like Hornquist. That's all I want. Give me veterans. Give me win now. The Holiday trade was an absolute steal by the Milwaukee Bucks.
Sounds like what we did here. I said, that's it. You got to live in the moment. You got to dominate. Give me Sean Stanley. Give me Ira Winderman. Give me Ian Rappaport. Give me Omar Kelly. Give me Anthony Chick. Give me Manny Navarro. Give me David Dort. Give me George Richards. Give me Alan Poupart. Give me Marcel Louis-Jacques. Give me Cameron Wolf. Yeah, baby. See?
And the way you were feeling this week, give me antibiotics, and you seem to be fine now.
There you go. And give me some antibiotics and never stop and plow right damn through. Don't let anybody ever stop you. That's what it's all about. All right, what are you working on the Sun Sentinel so folks can check you out?
Wrote 2 stories today that I've already posted. Wrote a story of Victor Oladipo. Eric Spoelstra has a new phrase this season, and it's be a star in your role. And I think that's brilliant. What he's telling everyone is, instead of trying to be the man, we already have the man. His name is Jimmy Butler. We have the man 2.0. His name is Kyle Lowry and Bam Adebayo. Be a star in your role. And so what Victor Oladipo is saying, perfect. I will be the best version of Victor Oladipo that I can be on this roster. And that's what Spo's done with everyone. Be the best player in your role, Max Strus. Be the best player in your role, Gabe Vincent. It's just, again, you talk about motivation being part of the process. I think Eric Spoelstra has hit on something there. I wrote about that. I also wrote about Pat Riley finishing tied for 4th for NBA Executive of the Year. Zach Kleiman of the Grizzlies got it. But I love what Eric Spoelstra just told me here at Shoot Around at Wells Fargo Center. Screw an annual award. Pat Riley's on the Mount Rushmore of executives. Look what he's done over his career. This is not a 2022 thing. This is a career thing. Think about Big O, the Heat's offseason.
Only Jerry West. I'd only put Jerry West above him, maybe.
Right. Okay, and there's 4 on a Mount Rushmore, so I'll let you deal with that in a future segment.
I don't even
Pat
know
Riley just this offseason, Added Kyle Lowry when no one thought he could do it with their cap space. Added PJ Tucker when everyone said, why are you getting some 36-year-old guy? Brought this guy in from Charlotte who was cut from the freaking Hornets by the name of Caleb Martin and got him to contribute on this team. Got Victor Oladipo back on an NBA minimum contract as he did with Dwayne Dedmon, and had the foresight to change Gabe Vincent and Max Strus's two-way deals to long-term minimum salary contracts on standard deals. Eric Spoelstra Pat Riley had a hell of an offseason. If they don't want to give him an award, that's fine, because you know what? The Heat are in the Eastern Conference semifinals, one win from going from the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, we can go West, Auerbach, Pops, and Riley. We good?
I mean, R.C. Buford is the one who did all the work in San Antonio, so I know Pop also pulls the strings. But the bottom line is Eric Spoelstra also said, I wish there was a combined award in the Hall of Fame for coach/executive, because Pat would be there also. So I thought that was really interesting. Yeah, you can read that. That's at sunsentinel.com right now.
Yeah. Phil Jackson will never be on that list, but yes.
But Jerry Krause should. He should. Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, come on.
He did. He did. No, he did. He did. No, you're right. No, and even Hodges, Kerr, and
you know what?
Jackson,
Again,
he always found that complimentary.
Pat Riley did it with the slick back hair, suave and debonair when he sits on the side. Jerry Krause had a different comportment about him, but he did fantastic work. Absolutely.
He did. Yeah.
As opposed to Danny Ainge, who constantly got the names, and except for 1 year, went nowhere.
Yeah. Well, again, it was because of Kevin McHale. That's it, dude.
His friend with the Minnesota Timberwolves.
That's it. His gift of Garnett got him that title. Outside of that, he would have never accomplished anything else with all that hype and all that.
A bag of magic beans for Kevin Garnett, or $24 to buy Manhattan. Yep, I agree.
Crazy stuff. Follow him on Twitter at Ira Heatbeat, and catch him 3 times a week here doing his thing. He'll be back tomorrow with the Accra Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report. Ira, thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
We will talk. Thank you, Big O.
You got it. There you go, Ira Winderman. And don't forget, if you're looking for a vehicle at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines, tell them that the Big O sent you. They will take care of you at Craig Zinn's, Acura of Pembroke Pines. Marcel Louis Jacques will join us at 12:30. At 1 o'clock, we will talk to David Dwork. So we got another Heat report, Dolphins report coming up, and then we got a Panthers report coming up. I can't wait to add our Marlins report too to all of that. Not that we've had a ton of great Marlins stuff, but I still like talking a little baseball. Yes, sir.
So I went to DraftKings, and they actually have the Dolphins over under at 9. So it's gone up, at least on DraftKings. I don't know how.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm looking through the other sports books right now.
So there's nobody has it at 6.5.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'll continue looking.
Go look at the MGM and MGM Sportsbook, the Westgate Sportsbook. If those two don't have it lower than 8.5, then whoever sent that in just got terrible information from. It's probably a Facebook fact. Big O is the ultimate Duncan Robinson hater. Wow. Andy, I'm sorry, bro, if you're a little too sentimental, my brother. But I don't play that bullshit. I guess you must be 25 years old or something, but I don't have time for that, man. I'm not here to play your emotional favorites and all that kind of stuff. We're here to call it like we see it. Okay? Yeah, Ryan Tannehill's a nice kid. I don't want him anywhere near my quarterback position. But that's fine. Some of you will get all, hot and bothered about it. It is what it is. Duncan Robinson's a nice kid, but es un cero a la izquierda, as we say in Spanish, since your last name is Rivas, right? He's not the answer. And I would want Caleb over him 1,000 times over. Okay? So, it's just not a matter of oh my God, he's the biggest hater. I'm the guy that's kept saying he shouldn't be starting, and finally they took him down. That's just the way it is. I'm the guy that says they got to fire Dale Talon months and almost a year before everybody else, and then everybody else picked up the balls to actually say what I had to say a while back. And I'm the guy that says you got to fire Brian Flores in the middle of a winning season. There's a reason why I do things. And I don't do them because I'm emotional. I do them because I think it's what's best and it's the objective way of looking at it. You know what I mean? Get your emotions out, my brother. You're too much of a fan. And the fan, that's why the fan usually gets shit wrong. Because they use their heart and they don't use their minds. And they don't do what they don't listen to their eyes and what their eyes are telling them. That's the problem. Writing and graphics, South Florida says, I think Dedmon makes a difference. He can learn, lean on Embiid and doesn't have to worry about fouling out. True. He can hand out a couple of slaps there. Says, dude, I'm 47, not 25. People disagree whether you're not soft. You're Cuban. You can definitely know what a soft is. Well, then you're soft. Okay? You're a 47-year-old softie. How do you like that? Oh, he's a Duncan Robinson hater. Oh. You sound like a 15-year-old, Andy. If you're 47, strap it up, bro. Have your BBs dropped? Let's go. Indade says Heat need the threes to fall in Philly to counter all the foul calls and the 76ers are going to get. We'll see. Okay? And by the way, Andy, it's not a disagree. Okay? I'm just telling you you're wrong. That's all. It's not a matter of disagreeing, dude. You're wrong. That's all. There's no disagreement. There's no discussion. You're wrong. You're soft. There we go. Disagreement. Oh, Jesus. Almost got alcohol poisoning playing Embiid drinking game. Call a foul before Embiid even dribbles. Well, we could do that with many superstars, my friend. Magic Johnson and Bird and every other one, LeBron and Wade and everything. You could breathe on stars. That's the NBA. That's the way of the NBA. By the way, you know what's helped me throughout this week? Nature B. It helps me every single day of my life. It gives me the energy I need. It boosts my immune system. You saw it. I got this thing and I'm getting out of my system quickly within days, not even a week. And it's already getting out of my system already. And I'm back to normal again. I had a couple bad days, boom, back on. And we're off and running, man. And I always tell you because it has 27 vitamins and amino acids, 28 minerals and powerful antioxidants. Listen, when we talk about plant pollen, it is from Clean Green New Zealand and Mother Nature. The benefits are endless, from digestion to your nails growing stronger and faster, your hair growing stronger and longer, sustained energy all throughout the day. And then again, my favorite part is boosting the immune system. And even if I get hit because I left my mouth open in the damn middle of the night and the fan's just throwing all that cold air down my throat. Well, Nature B allows me to get it out of my system as soon as possible so you can just flush out all those toxins, man, because that's what you have inside your body. Improves digestion and irregularity, folks. I'm telling you, smoother skin, stronger nails. We tell you about all of this, and it's great for the kids, too. My daughter's been taking it since she was a child. I've been taking Nature B for 20 years. I swear by it. And it's from Clean Green New Zealand, made from Mother Nature. No chemicals. So all you got to do is go to natureb.com, use my code Big O, free shipping on your plant pollen. 1 month supply, 3 month supply, 6 month supply, get whatever you can. Check out any of the other products if you want. You only get free shipping on the plant pollen, not on the other stuff. Big O is the code. Go to natureb.com.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411, and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's TommyBButtsJr.Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826, or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
Doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slowens, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. Time to get the edge on the Miami Dolphins with our Edge Energy Drink Miami Dolphins report. When you want the energy drink that's delicious and smooth with zero aftertaste, you can only order Edge Energy Drink at myedgedrink.com. That's myedgedrink.com. Here's the ESPN Dolphin insider Marcel Louis-Jacques.
And there he is, ready to go, ready to rock and roll. Marcel Louis-Jacques covering the Miami Dolphins, giving us an edge. Remember to go to myedgedrink.com. Use our code Big O. You will get 10% off on your order of Edge Energy Drink wherever you live in the country, by the way. Smooth, delicious, zero aftertaste, 78 calories. It's a joke. Edge Energy Drink. Check it out. How you doing, Marcel? How you feeling?
Oh, feeling great as usual, man. It's another wonderful day in the NFL. Another example of how this league has monetized the most mundane aspects of its offseason. You know, we're obsessed with the owners' meetings. The draft is its own spectacle, and now the schedule release day. It's a battle of lies and leaks and rumors, and you forget that we literally get the schedule tonight in its entirety. So, you know, I love today though, because it's just a lot of excitement, a lot of moving parts.
So what leaks do you have for us, bro? We read some schedule that had 4 primetime games. We don't even know if it was true or not. We don't know if it's accurate or not. It could be some guy in his basement that created it on his own. So do you have any info for us? Have you been able to steal any information?
The schedule comes out tonight. That is my leak. That is my information for you guys. Like it is I know we're obsessed with like knowing things now and knowing every little bit, but like so it all comes out tonight, and we can talk about it for the next 4 months. But no, I think I know the schedule that you're talking about. That's got them opening with Buffalo and then Pittsburgh in week 2. And the guy said that he got it from CBS 4. I firmly believe that CBS would get this. I believe that's the station that, you know, it's the official station of the team. Yeah. I believe that they would get the schedule in advance for planning purposes, but there's no way on God's green earth are they letting that thing leak out. So I'm skeptical of it actually being true. But I mean, just go look at that. What's the big schedule leak account? NFL schedule leaks on Twitter. Just came out and admit he's been making up games this entire time.
I'm ready to throw you under the bus because that schedule leak thing is going to be on ESPN. They probably gave it to you already, and you're just holding out on us. That's all. You're holding out on us, Mr. ESPN. That's what's going on. That's all. Admit it. You're holding out on us.
We have an agreement with the NFL. Even if I had the schedule, you're not going to get it from me. I'm going to lose my job over something that y'all going to find out in 6 hours. So, no.
Hey, listen.
I'm excited. I'm as excited to talk about the schedule as anybody. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love when it drops. I love making plans. I love texting my friends around the league. Be like, see you on day. Better have this ready, that ready. I love that. But it's the same energy as like getting to the stadium at the crack of dawn to see who's warming up and who's not. Like we're gonna get the inactives in like an hour. Like I'm gonna enjoy my off time. I'm gonna take a little longer walk with my dog instead of sprint to the stadium and fight the real traffic and try to speculate on things that we are literally going to find out.
That's all right. Hey, listen, I know how it is. I knew about, you know, Flo wanted Jordan Love and I couldn't say anything. So I get it. You got to keep your secrets. It's understandable. It's all right. You want to hide it from us. All right. You know, but at least have you that Buffalo one, since, you know, you've got a couple of Anchor Bar visits in you. What do you know? Any chance that there's truth to Dolphins Buffalo week 1?
Not that I know of. No. Also, Buffalo would pull my card if they ever caught me at Anchor Bar. I would not be allowed back in the city. They take my pass. All of that, all the above. Anchor Bar is mid. You gotta go to Barbill. Got to go to Elmo's. Got to go to 911 Tavern.
Yeah, phonies go to Anchor Bar. Like the phonies that really don't know Buffalo go to Anchor Bar, right? That's what it is.
It was funny on Twitter when they
minor leaguers,
Bills and Patriots played in the playoffs. Some TV reporter from Boston had taken this video of a bunch of Patriots fans at Anchor Bar. They're like, Pats fans took over Anchor Bar, and Buffalo just laughed. So it was like, you took over a previously unoccupied space. Like you didn't. Right. We don't care. That's Stephen A. Smith.
That is the misconception. The misconception is that, you know, Anchor Bar is like the bomb there in Buffalo when it's not. It's just considered a tourist trap, not really the right place to go get the wings.
It's the TGI Fridays of wings. So no, Michael Cody knows what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's funny to hear some people that really have zero clue about it, and they end up like talking about it like it's the second coming. All right, what are you picking up from camp? I was reading another article with Barry Jackson, and I tell you, Wes Welker really likes Ezukama and Sherfield. So those are some of the things. So you tell me what impressions are you getting so far from camp? Not that you're going to get much at this point in time.
Yeah, everybody is they're training for position flexibility on the offensive line. You know, I think there've been some reports that Connor Williams has been cross training at center, and that they're unclear on who's actually going to take the snaps. Like everybody is training how to snap, and because of talking to Frank Smith, offensive coordinator, because of this zone blocking scheme, you're basically, as he put it, you do the same thing on whatever side. So if you play left guard, you should be able to play right guard. If you play left tackle, you're going to be able to play right tackle in this system. So they want that flexibility. They want that versatility. And that all kind of ties into what I was saying, a couple months ago, what they saw in this offensive line, that it's a young group that wasn't necessarily used properly. So they don't want to take anything off the table here. They want to they'll try Austin Jackson at right guard, at right tackle, at left tackle, or not left tackle. That one is, what I'm saying. That one's locked, but you know what I'm saying. They're going to try them at every.
I think left guard is locked too, bro. I think they can talk all this shit they want. Connor Williams is going to play left. I think they already had in their minds, like, yeah, we're going to create a left side that we know we feel good about, and that's Connor and Armstead. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, the left side doesn't even really matter as much now with the left-handed quarterback. It's the right side that you really want to shore up. But hey, c'est la vie. It is what it is here. But the point being, they're going for flexibility here. And, adding Sony Michel as well, asked him, like, where does he fit into this offense or where does he fit into not even the offense, just a running back room that's as deep as any running back room in the NFL, I think we can say. I mean, they go 5 deep with guys who have gotten legitimate run at some point or another in the NFL. As young as Myles Gaskin and Savon Ahmed was, there was a period of time for Ahmed in, 2019, 2020, where he was looking like a potential lead back. Gaskin was looking like a potential lead back. Obviously didn't necessarily pan out, which is why they keep adding names. But it's like, man, what are you going to do with all this? And the answer is basically we're stockpiling talent. We're not looking at, we don't want a feature back. We don't necessarily need a third down back, a between the tackles guy. We're not trying to pigeonhole anybody's skill set. We don't want to specialize in anything. We just want to add good players. And, that's a Coach Speak Hall of Fame line, but that's what we're getting out here.
Well, I think, and I think there's actually, I don't think they're bullshitting you guys, actually. I think they're being very honest, because if you look at how things were run in San Francisco, they tried to have a rotation of players, whether it was receiving or running. So I think that's kind of the way they want to attack people. That's why I keep telling everybody that all these people that have this hard on for Deebo Samuel, it's like, dude, he brought Deebo Samuel over in all kinds of ways. He doesn't want to do that with one guy. He'd rather keep people guessing this way. So I think there's a lot of truth to what they're telling you. I don't think they're just feeding you BS that you'll write and then everybody else reads and then they go on to do something else. I think versatility and not being predictable is what they want to use as a strength, actually.
No, I don't think that they're lying either. I think they do want to have as many players as possible who can do as many things as possible. Right. They don't want to be predictable. They don't want teams to say, "Oh, Sony Michel's on the field. He's, watch inside zone." They don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So, but either way, there's some guys who are going to have to earn a spot on the roster because they're not going to keep 5 running backs on the 53.
No, so, not with a fullback. No. Not with a fullback, man. That takes away a spot already right there.
Like it is going to be a tough sell for, it's going to be a tough sell for Savon Ahmed to make the final 53. It's going to be hard for Myles Gaskin to make the final 53 because what he does best, Chase Edmonds does better.
Yes.
Chase Edmonds is a better version of Myles Gaskin. So it's going to be objectively and respectfully. So it's going to be a long shot, but the competition is going to be great at that position come next week. You got OTA starting next week.
I forgot about this. 2 nights ago, obviously feeling like shit. I went to sleep right after one of the games, whatever it was, Heat or Panthers. But at that night, Teron Armstead was dropping a single at midnight about Miami. Did you get to hear it, by the way? Because I have not heard it. I haven't heard Teron rapping yet or singing or whatever he does. I'm not exactly sure.
I have not heard it. I've heard a couple of his songs, and they're not bad. They're fine. Like, it's not like I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if I would call myself the biggest fan. I haven't heard enough to really call myself a fan. Just a couple tracks just to see like what he was about. But he's got
supposedly dropped one at midnight that had to do with Miami. So he created a song.
Apparently, I'm gonna have to go listen to that today.
We get tagged. And that's gonna be the soundtrack. We would get dinged for that shit. Oh God!
As long as we keep the show under 6 hours, I think we'll be fine.
Oh, well, we are. I don't
No,
have
I know.
a voice to go
That's
6
the only
hours
problem
today.
we have is the 6-hour thing now that I learned about. That's it.
Oh, 6 hours is not a good thing in YouTube, huh?
No, you can't edit anything after. Once
6
you go over 6 hours, you can't edit anything. So everything is stuck in the thing. So we get dinged, and it's a ding.
And it's a ding. So now we know at 3 we stop and then start again or something. Next year we're
We
going
do
to do
part
the
A and
draft.
part B.
Yeah, because we did a 6-hour show in the draft. So yeah, so I guess that's what it was. So yeah, I want to hear the Teron Armstead single. Maybe what I'll do is I'll groove it in the car on the way home and maybe get a little.
See, he's got about 11 hours and 15 minutes to catch everybody's attention, because when Kendra drops at midnight, nothing else really matters.
Oh yeah, somebody told me to listen to his number 5 something. I don't know. Is why would somebody tell me that? What's in that song?
5
something.
The music video is more, I think, significant than the song itself. Not that it's a bad song, but this music video, he uses several deep fake faces and then just kind of like raps from their perspective. So I mean, like OJ, Kobe Bryant, Nipsey Hussle, I believe Will Smith. There's one more that I'm forgetting, but it's interesting. It's an interesting little concept too. But it's kind of like what is that Michael Jackson song, Black or White?
Oh yes.
It's kind of like that, except it's the same person. It's not like it's like morphing into like a man, and then here's a woman. Here's a different. You know what I mean?
I got you. Okay, well, I guess I thought it had some kind of a tie, something to Miami or something. Why somebody told me to listen to it, but he's an LA kid, so I'm just wondering. That's why it was kind of weird that they would tell me to. What is it? What?
It looks like he released it. It's called Intro to Miami.
Oh, it's called the Armstead. You're saying Intro to Miami? Okay, there you go. So we got to. You got a story now. You got to write about Teron Armstead's Intro to Miami.
I'm done writing about football playing rappers, bro. Like I did that with Cole Beasley a few years ago. It's a great story. But I've already done that, man. I've already done that. I don't know what to. We've already done that. I think ESPN's already done that. So
what was the name of the song for Cole Beasley? I refuse vaccination. What's it called? What was it called?
I will say this. We
vaccines not us.
Very first day of training camp last year. It was after all of the Twitter stuff.
COVID's my friend.
He was one of the first players to speak, and he gave a 3-minute statement. He's like, I want to get this out, and then I don't want to talk about this anymore. I want to talk football, if you guys don't mind. Very polite about it. And he makes a statement about I think his problem was more with the NFL and NFLPA's rules than it was the vaccine itself. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't want to be vaccinated, but his gripe, he wasn't complaining about the vaccine, he was complaining about the rules for it. Semantics. But he's like, at the end, he's like, all right, I don't want to be a distraction to my team, so like I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna be off Twitter. I'm this, that, and the third. 45 minutes later, he had released a single called Heavy Nuts, in which he basically stuck his middle finger to everybody. I don't want to repeat all the lyrics. You can go look it up yourself. But it was like, I can't believe I just witnessed this. And I already knew I was coming to Miami at that point. So I was just like, all right, man, like enough of this. Can I get this contract figured out so I can skate? This is crazy. I'm done covering this.
COVID's cold or cool. I think that was one of his other.
I like Cole too, man. Like I like Cole. Like that was a guy who, I felt like I had a good relationship with in Buffalo when we were allowed in the locker room. I would talk to him every now and then. Like everybody wanted to do the Cole Beasley music story, and he let me do it. Like he agreed to do it with me. I appreciate it. He sat down with me for like 45 minutes and talked through it. And I have a great relationship with Cole Beasley. I don't agree with his stance. We don't see eye to eye there. He had one main point that I thought was like, all right, yeah, you're right. And that was the frequency of testing for vaccinated versus unvaccinated players.
Yeah, that's very true.
That never made any sense. Why are you going to test a vaccinated player every 2 weeks, but unvaccinated every day? Like that one, right? It's more of an incentive to get vaccinated, which we don't have to get into that.
You still could get it and be a person that's transmitting it to somebody else. At least it may not hurt you as much, but you may hurt somebody else. That and who knows? That person takes it home and they have somebody compromised. There's just the chain reaction to this thing is just a bitch, dude. It just sucks.
Yeah, so I'm glad that we are, as far as the NFL and its rules and protocols are concerned, we are moving forward. Yep. So I can appreciate that.
I'm with you there. All right. Follow him on Twitter at Marcel_LJ. Catch his work at ESPN. What are you working on, Espen, besides keeping the schedule away from us? Because we know you know the schedule, okay?
I will.
Right. That's all right. We'll let you go when you can. We understand you'll get fired, so I get it.
I am taking I don't want to say taking it easy, but taking a breath after draft season, and then F1 came back to back like that, but don't have a lot of time to breathe because we've got rookie camp starting tomorrow. I'm going to have my observations and whatever y'all need to know since we're boots on the ground there. Then we've got OTAs again starting on Tuesday, at least our access starting on Tuesday. And it's a slow trickle till about mid-June, and it comes to a full stop for a month, and then we're back at it, training camp and preseason and all that in the third. So it's exciting that we finally made it to this point in the offseason. I've said it a couple of times, this is like the fastest offseason I think I've ever been a part of. So I'm glad that it is continuing to move.
There you go. And it'll end with a Super Bowl in Arizona with the Dolphins. All right, let's hear with Armstead here. Go ahead, play it.
Verses, I'm striking like lightning, but sounding like thunder. Falling in south like I play for the Thunder. Put it in work on my ass like a plumber. Designer dripping this bitch like I'm gonna. Don't play with me in this bitch, I'm a gunner. I can back any little bitch that I want them. And all across the country like Dumber and Dumber. Tapping with backs at the 6 in the summer. I'm from the 6, but this place is a jungle.
There you go. There's a little Teron Armstead. I don't know what all of that had to do with Miami, but I guess I'm going to have to slow down and listen to it again and try to pick up everything there. Because there were some things in there that they were talking about.
He used the Thunder, which is Tampa Bay. But I'm not
sure. The Thunder. And then he said something about something there that had nothing to do with Miami, too. I don't know what it was, but Dumb and Dumber or something like that. He did. I don't know.
You know what? You know what I will say? What? One, rapping is hard. Rapping on beat is hard.
Yes.
Keeping the melody, keeping the flow is hard. He can at least do that. So it's not like I don't know if you ever heard Kevin Durant's rap, or LeBron's. Some people cannot rap. Some athletes cannot rap. I think he can rap. Let's see. I'll have to go back and listen to actually what he's saying.
Where are you at with Dame Lillard?
Dame is the best rapping athlete. Period. Okay. Dame and then Miles Bridges from the Hornets.
Well, I haven't heard Miles. Dane actually sounds good.
Miles Bridges can rap. I don't know if a lot of people know that, or I don't know how many people know that.
Antonio Brown cannot rap. Just so Antonio Brown knows. I mean, he's too crazy to understand anything anyways. He can't rap, by the way. He sucks. But
every now and then he had something catchy that I just came home from the NO. I was like, all right, I like this. And then he actually started rapping. I was like, I just want the hood.
Yeah, he can't rap.
I just want the hood.
It was bad. All right. Follow him on Twitter at Marcel_LJ and catch his work there at ESPN as he keeps the schedule away from us. We'll catch up with him later on next week when he can actually talk schedule with us.
Exactly. I'll talk with y'all on Monday, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
You too.
MyEdgeDrink.com is the website. You get 10% off. Use the code Big O, the best energy drink on the planet. Telling you, delicious. Zero aftertaste. Super smooth. Not just smooth, super smooth. All right? So when you get something that's delicious, smooth, and zero aftertaste, and a perfect elixir, mix it with a little vodka, that Grey Goose, so good. MyEdgeDrink.com. That's our Dolphins report.
You now have the edge on the Miami Dolphins with the Edge Energy Drink Miami Dolphins Report featuring ESPN's Marcel Louis-Jacques. Get the energy drink that's delicious and smooth with zero aftertaste. You can only order Edge Energy Drink at MyEdgeDrink.com. That's MyEdgeDrink.com.
Dwork with us at the top of the hour. Are you dying to hear from Chris Rock and everything that went on that night with Will Smith? You don't really want to hear everything that he has to say, what's going on in his mind, nothing?
No, because at this point, I just think it's all. I mean, again, personally, look, man, it's over. It's done. Let's move on.
Well, according to reports, Chris Rock will accept a sit and talk about the Oscars slap for $3 million. Oprah Winfrey is one of the famous TV personalities willing to pay that money to Chris Rock to interview him. So many wonder when the comedian will explain what he felt at the moment, but everything has a price. And Rock does not intend to talk about what happened unless he receives a sum of millions of dollars. $3 million would be the money for which the presenter of the gala of the Hollywood Academy Awards would sit on a TV set to explain what happened. In fact, there's already personalities on the screen who would be willing to pay those amounts to Chris Rock. Among them, Oprah Winfrey. For the moment, the comedian continues to triumph with his Ego Death Tour throughout the United States. His performances already are bringing him a great amount of money in these weeks. Meanwhile, Will Smith went to India in search of strengthening his spirituality after the slap that has brought him a ton of criticism in public. So, you will hear from Chris Rock. And by the way, I think it's genius that he's doing this. I think because he could have talked about it right away on the next appearance, which wasn't it here in Miami? Wasn't it like yeah, I think it was, right? Or somewhere, or it was one of the first ones or something.
I think New York was the first one, and then
No, Boston. It was Boston
and then
the
we were
first.
Then we were
Yeah. So Boston was the first, and then others followed, and he easily could have broken the news there. And you know how they make everybody put their phones away, but some people have been able to sneak a phone in and been able to record what's gone on. Wasn't great recordings, by the way, but still, he didn't do it. And he has held back from it. And while you're doing this, it builds up because the story of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett are still building up too. Because come on, man. Anybody going to deny this? That's a divorce. Right? Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, I don't think survived this. Eventually, I mean, it's just the way everything's been spun. Like Jada doesn't really care about him anyway, and people making fun of Will. Like she's always saying, "I wish you were Tupac," and this and that. And then there's other stories that Tupac didn't really care about her anyway. She was just a side piece of ass for him. You know what I'm saying? But who knows what's real, what's not, and maybe that was the love of her life. Doesn't mean that she was the love of his life. You know what I'm saying? But this is a story that is built up so much, right? And because the Will Smith thing just keeps growing and growing and growing, because that's becoming like a volcano himself, because obviously Will Smith there's some kind of issues with him. You know what I'm saying? Personally, relationship-wise, whatever. His world, there's some kind of imbalance, right, with this woman. So this creates more drama. This creates more anticipation. And because everybody's on the Chris Rock side here. Nobody's on the Will Smith side, okay? And mind you, I'm the guy that I totally understood what Will Smith was doing because, being with my wife, if you embarrassed my wife that way, I might have reacted. Although talking with my wife, she probably nailed it. I probably wouldn't have gotten to the stage because she would have stopped me. That's the difference between her and Jada. My wife probably would have been, no, don't even bother. Not worth it, whatever. And I would have, whatever. But I understood it. And even though it became probably a bad decision for him, I get it. But obviously there have been repercussions from all of this. And this story just grows and grows and grows. And by the way, watching Dave Chappelle get attacked, this story grows because Chappelle does not get attacked if Will Smith doesn't slap Chris Rock. So the story has tentacles that continue to connect to other things going on in the world. And so since everything is originating from this story, people are going to want to hear from the guy that, ended up receiving the slap and handled it. Although if you watch it, go back and watch it. For one little, millisecond, you can see Chris Rock's right arm kind of cocking and getting ready to unload back, but he holds back. If you look at it, go look at it, you'll see, because it's kind of second nature. It's what normally would come out of you. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of wacky how this whole story. And if Rock wants $3 million, he'll probably end up getting 6 or 7. Yes, sir.
I want you to finish your story because I got something. I got a
Go ahead. What do you got?
I think our first leak might have been wrong, or possibly the Bears. Danny Perkins, he's on the afternoon host of 670 The Score.
Right.
He leaks the Bears schedule now.
Okay.
The Dolphins leaked schedule that I read out had the Dolphins on a bye in week 9.
Okay.
He has the Bears playing the Dolphins in week 9.
Oh.
Here we go. Oh,
right. So,
here we go.
Yeah. So it's
these damn leaks are wrong.
So yeah, who
would have thought it?
There's no rhyme or reason here. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. By the way, Terra's stable coin's at 33 cents. Definitely not stable. All right. Facts I get, wild side too, Big O. Yes, sir. All right. Are we ready? Is he ready to go? David Dwork is ready to go. Lenny Locksmith. That's right, baby. It's time for the lockdown segment. The Panthers got it done last night. Let's talk to the man that covers the Panthers on a daily basis for WPLG, Chirping the Cats podcast. He is David Dwork and our ALennyLocksmith.com lockdown segment.
Time for the lockdown segment with Florida Panthers insider David Dwork. This lockdown is brought to you by A. Lenny Locksmith Services. Count on them 24 hours a day. Go to the website at ALennyLocksmith.com. Here's WPLG Local 10 insider David Dwork.
He is ready to rock and roll. Mr. Dwork, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good. It's a good day, isn't it, Big O?
It is a good day. But I'm going to be the sourpuss on this all. You got to stop. It was a nice novelty throughout the season. You're eventually going to run into a hot goaltender. At times, you've made this guy look better than what he really is, and you're not going to be able to have the comeback anymore. And so, yeah, it's nice, but we're setting ourselves up that they're not going to be able to come back from one of these because it just gets tougher as the playoffs move on. And I just would rather stop this whole we fall behind and we come back crap because it's just playing with fire and you know where it's going to end up. That's all.
Yeah, it's not ideal. I'm sure it's not what they're aiming to do. I think it's more kind of a result of, circumstance and situation that they get into this situation where they're falling behind.
Wait a minute. Let's delve into that a second. Let's delve into that because this is a habitual problem. This is what it is. We look at it as it's fun. It's fantastic. Comeback Cats. It's awesome. They're down 1, they're down 2, they're down 3. I said it all year long, didn't I? You never give up on them. They always come back. They always come back. They always come back. That's great. It's the regular season. We did it. Fine. At one point or another, you got to grow up, bro. And you got to show up from the beginning of the game and bring it because one of these days, it's going to bite you in the ass. And it may be a game 6 or 7 that ends up eliminating you from a series and you have an opportunity to go win a Stanley Cup. All I'm saying is it's a beautiful thing and it's fun and all that, but it is a problem for them because it happens all the time. So it's a problem.
Well, it's something that they're, you live by the blade, die by the blade. If it's something that they're going to continue to play in a style, or I wouldn't say a style, but in the inconsistent manner in which they seem to struggle to get their feet going. I mean, we've seen it multiple games during the playoffs. They're so good and so talented that they've been able to overcome it a few times. But certainly not a recipe for success that I would think is sustainable in the playoffs. I'm not counting them out either, because this season, as we've kind of watched it go, is remarkable, unprecedented. So no reason to think that the playoff run, if they go on one, would be of a similar suit. It's nerve-wracking, and I will end up with a matching gray beard by the time this playoff's over to yours if they keep doing it. Yeah. But I mean, look, at this point, this is the team that they have. If they can come out and again, I mean, look, last night's game, they were behind 3-0, but they were the better team.
Oh, dude,
it's one or two mistakes.
They outskate them. They're the better athletes out there. They got the speed, everything. Look, Washington makes it difficult for them because they muck it up a little bit. And obviously TJ has been, freaking out. Just like Verhaeghe, give that man a 10-year contract already. I mean, what are we waiting for here? But so we got to give TJ a lot of credit. He's been a money player for them in this series, but it's just one of those where, man, I just wish you come out with that kind of intensity. And let me give you another reason why I'm concerned about this. Bob was exceptional at the back end of this game. I mean, he had some saves that were just absolutely beautiful, but he is not exceptional overall. So now you're falling behind and you don't have an exceptional goalie. That's another combination that I don't like also for the Panthers. And I just wonder if that's something you guys should bring up to Brunette. And I'm sure you brought it up throughout the year, but it's like, okay, you're now in the playoffs. What do you got to do to stop falling behind in the playoffs? Because this might be a very dangerous combination compared to the regular season.
No, it's been brought up. I mean, every time they fall behind, the questions come after the game or, the day after, whatever. How do you avoid this? What's going wrong? How do you fix it? I mean, he's always asked. It's just like the playoffs.
What's the answer?
The answer in the playoffs has been he's not happy with the effort at times. He thinks they're a little tentative and nervous at times. That was the talk early in the series. Not so much lately because, they've won the last 2 games. They've had nice comebacks. But yeah, I mean, it's not like he can say this is the reason, this is what we need to fix, because it's, as you said, it's been going on all year. It's fortunate that they're good enough that they can overcome it. But in turn, like it's not an X's and O thing. It's not like a coach thing.
No, it's definitely some kind of a lack of, they don't have the edge. You got to play with an edge, and it seems like they don't get the edge until they're backed into a corner, and then all of a sudden that's when they find their edge. And now all of a sudden the explosive skating, passing, and scoring all of a sudden starts to show up. That it's kind of that the edge is off until they're actually backed into a corner. It's crazy.
Last night after the game, I was speaking to, we'll just say, a source on the inside, somebody very well plugged in with the team. And we're just kind of talking about the game and how it all played out. And he's like, it's amazing to me that they didn't seem to get comfortable until they were down 3-0. And they were able to kind of relax and play their game, and that they need to figure out how to do that when it's 0-0 or, whatever, 1-0. And I think Bruno kind of said something similarly in the post-game press conference. But yeah,
can you imagine?
I wish I had a better answer for you.
But can you imagine this offense with a lead constantly? Holy shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
well, that's the good thing is they've got room to go up. There's room for improvement at this stage of the year. I mean, look, this series, they have not scored a power play goal through 6 or 5 games, and they're up 3-2.
Yeah, what is it?
So there's room for improvement.
0 for 16, bro. 0 for 16. How does that happen too? What the hell is? How can a team this explosive not score on the power play, bro?
It's weird because of all the talent that they can put out there. You can say maybe getting Ekblad back and kind of getting back to the chemistry of working in a defenseman, because they were doing the 5 forward thing, which we've seen a couple of times in the series already. Last night, there were a couple of power plays where they looked more like themselves. They had the puck in the zone basically the entire time. They didn't have to switch players. The top power play unit was out there almost the whole 2 minutes for both power plays. I think progress is what I'm looking for in this series. And hopefully what we're going to be looking for as the playoffs continue. The power play was pretty bad. It did not look good earlier in the series. And I thought Washington, to their credit, just like how they've been successful throughout the series, is they're skating their asses off. And they were so aggressive on their penalty kill, giving Florida no room to work. Now, whether maybe it's later in the series, maybe they're getting tired. I don't know why they would change it because it was working for them. But now we're seeing Washington backing off and getting more into a box penalty kill, allowing Florida to move the puck. And that's giving them getting back to their comfort zone where they're confident and they're comfortable doing the things that they can do, which is being creative with the puck. You got all these great players on the ice for the power play. So again, hopefully it's a sign of progress. What I saw last night were the best power plays of the series. You would think that it's just a matter of time because you have these all-star players who all put up great offensive numbers this year. You think it's got to come through eventually.
By the way, folks, if you are locked out of your home, locked out of your car, you call our friends at alennylocksmith.com, 855-869-5625, anywhere in South Florida, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach counties, and even in Tampa, in Orlando. We've got locations in Central Florida and got one now also in Phoenix, Arizona. 24-hour locksmith, house, car locks. By the way, if those car keys need to be reprogrammed, A. Lenny Locksmith also does that. Residential, commercial locks, it doesn't matter. Make sure you call them 855-869-5625. Carter Verhaeghe, brother. I mean, if that's not a MVP right now of this series, I don't know what is. But, you know, as I told you when this thing started, these are legacy moments for Barkov, Huberdeau, and Ekblad. I can't say I'm impressed with their legacy so far in this series, but Carter Verhaeghe, he's making a legacy right now in this series, bro. He is going down in Panther lore with the kind of performance he's putting together in this first round.
Yeah, I mean, you put up 5 points in a game, you're kind of entering into unique air, and you know, for a franchise like the Panthers that has very little to pump their chest about in terms of their playoffs, success, particularly at an individual level. They did go to the finals back, forever ago in 1996. But in terms of individual accomplishments in the playoffs, I mean, Carter Verhaeghe's kind of writing the record book right now with the last 2 games he had. He's now one of 4 Panthers ever to score a playoff overtime goal, and one of only 2 to do it this millennium. And then you've got goes out yesterday, points on all 5 goals, effective on both ends of the ice. The go-ahead goal that he scored, the game-winning goal, was started on a play where he picked the puck off in the defensive zone,
right. That's
started the rush, and then hauled ass across the ice to beat everybody to the goalie. Is unreal. I mean, and to your point about, Barkov and Huberdeau, they're not showing up on the score sheet as much. I think Sasha Barkov has been quietly one of the best players on the ice in this series just because of how he's been affecting the game. He was really involved yesterday. He led all players in shots on goal. I think it's kind of like with the power play. It's got to be only a matter of time before these guys start to do their thing as well. I mean, Jonathan Huberdeau had a ridiculous season. He set the record for assists by a left wing in NHL history.
He wasn't on the list for the MVP, dude. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that. He was in my top 3. The ballots will come out. You see where I had him overall. But I mean, I was surprised. As much as I thought Igor Shesterkin was unbelievable for the Rangers, and we're seeing in the playoffs as he's struggling, and we're seeing how important a player he is to them. And he was on my ballot. I was a little surprised to see him in the top 3, especially considering the season Huberdeau had, not just from a points collecting perspective, but the way that he affected the game on both sides of the ice, the way that he improved himself this year to be a complete all-around 200-foot player playing all elements. He plays power play, shorthanded. I really thought that he entered a new level and was deserving of at least a top 3 consideration. So I was a little surprised by that.
He did when Barkov went out. That's where I just said, wow, Hubie, dude, you're a stud, bro. You're a freaking stud. I do need you guys to be studs now, but I mean, it's only the first round, and if Verhaeghe wants to take the spotlight right now, I'm all good with that, man. I'm all good with that. I just want you, and there was a part of me, by the way, after those 3 goals, I'm wondering, when are you going to give Knight a chance? Is Knight
that wasn't Bob's fault.
And are you going to give Knight a chance in the next game? Maybe, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to go there. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do what they did last season. I don't like the switching of goalies. It puts just another thing in players' heads.
No, I get it.
Leave it alone. Bob's been great. We are seeing the best Sergei Bobrovsky that we've seen in a Panthers sweater.
He's been solid.
I'm not looking at the goal totals.
I don't know if
I'm looking at how he's playing. I'm looking at the saves he's making and the goals that he's giving up.
Down the stretch, he did make some freaking awesome saves.
Well, early in the game as well. In the first period, he made a few big saves. I have no qualms with Sergei Bobrovsky. He's one of the lowest things on my list of things to worry about this playoffs.
Yeah.
He's been great.
He's been, I don't know about great, but Okay.
Well,
He's been solid.
for the expectations that we've had for Bob during his 3 years with the Panthers,
Okay, all right,
we are
all right.
seeing the best
All right, he's a
version
little
of
better.
him, which
That's
to me is a big
Yeah.
win.
Okay. All right. I get it. We're not getting Columbus Bob, but we're getting the best version we've gotten.
Dude,
so
we've talked about it. That's not gonna that's in the past, dude. Unless you've got Doc Brown and a DeLorean, you got to leave that stuff back there.
Yeah, no,
We're
but
getting
I kind of would like that because it would make our lives easy all the way through the run. You know what I'm saying? It's just when you have a guy spinning on his head. I watched it with Beezer, and they couldn't score with a fistful of dollars in a whorehouse. These guys can score blindfolded, bro. I mean, that's the thing that pisses me off about this series. Like when you watch the two teams, skill-wise, there's no comparison on the ice right now. The Panthers are way better, but it's just some of the other things that Washington's doing to try to, keep it close.
Well, it's tough for Washington because to succeed against Florida, they have to play a way that they're not used to playing, that they're not comfortable playing. And you can see as this series has gone on, it's becoming a little bit harder for them to sustain it for 60 minutes. There's cracks in the armor, and the Panthers are taking advantage on every opportunity. And we saw it last night.
The deepness of the Panthers is hurting them with that athleticism.
The fourth line was wearing Washington down with some of that offensive zone pressure the second half of last night. The Panthers, look, game 6 is going to be, crunch time because you're going to see a Washington team that's desperate. They know what they need to do in order to beat the Panthers, but will they do it uncomfortably against that powerhouse team? Or can the Panthers control? I mean, it's going to be a great.
They've gotten away with their share of penalties that weren't called. So,
dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
that's been a frustrating part of this series.
And they're going to try to do, and since they've gotten away with it, they're going to try to do it again tomorrow night for sure. Guaranteed they'll muck this thing up for sure.
No. They're going to try, but again, they were trying last night.
Right? Yeah. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. All right, what are you working on? So folks can check you out at WPLG and Chirping the Cats podcast, sir.
Yeah, right now I'm kind of planning ahead with the podcast and to see how this plays out. I'm hoping to do like a series recap, series preview, and not a season recap in the next few days. But that, as we know, is to be determined. But not, I mean, right now, Big O, it's just kind of
they'll win, bro. They'll win. It's frustrating sometimes, but they'll win. They'll figure it out.
Oh, I'll take frustrating wins over.
Yeah, I just
the last 25 years. Whatever you want to call it.
I'm just terrified of these falling behind stuff in the playoffs. I just don't want you to do that, bro. It's going to cost us something down the stretch, and that's going to suck if they lose one of those games like that.
Stay positive, though. Stay positive.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're going to get through it. I think they'll get through this one, but I just think down the line, you can't keep falling behind against certain teams because that's going to end up burning you big time. All right, follow him on Twitter at David Dwork. Catch his work there at WPLG. And, of course, listen to the podcast. Chirping the Cats podcast. Make sure you subscribe so that way and hit the notification bell so that way when the new one is up. David, as always, thank you, my brother. Enjoy the Okie.
Right. Be well, man.
Got it. There you go. The great David Dwork and our ALennyLocksmith.com lockdown segment.
This has been the Florida Panthers Lockdown segment, brought to you by A. Lenny Locksmith Services. Count on them 24 hours a day. Call 855-869-5625 or go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
David Furones from the South Florida Sun Sentinel reports that Wes Welker on watching Tua Tagovailoa work with Miami receivers. He says the progression that he's made this offseason, I think it's been the most of anybody out there on the field. So nice to hear some good words there with Tua. And, it's a new offense, new scheme. So you got to get the timing down. You got a bunch of new receivers out there. You got some new backs. You've got folks that you got to get adjusted to a little bit. I have zero concerns about Tua Tagovailoa. Zero concerns. But, I've been in that camp for a while. I think he's going to make a fantastic adjustment to this coaching staff. And I think he's really going to thrive when it's all said and done. By the way, Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises, a proud sponsor of our show. And hurricane season, the rainy season starts next month. Maybe it starts a little bit in May too, but by June, forget about it. And you guys will now start calling your roofing experts out there, because roofs will start leaking because they've had the issues, but you've waited because it hasn't been the rainy season. Well, now we got the rainy season and we got hurricane season. Folks, call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. They have a AAA plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. They're fully licensed and insured. And please make sure whoever you hire for any kind of work in your home, they are licensed and insured. If not, you could be in some serious trouble. But that won't happen with Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises. Licensed and insured, all work is fully guaranteed with you, the customer's complete satisfaction. And the next listener that gets their roof done for their home, their business, we will do a show from your home or your business. So call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises. It's easy, 954-735-9826. Save it on that cell phone. They've been at this for over 25 years, man. Customer after customer satisfaction. 954-735-9826 for Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises. There we go. Love it. Good people, as always. What else do we have here? Oh, PETA. Did you see PETA went after Russell Wilson and Ciara? Listen, I'm a dog lover. Obviously, we have several dogs. We talk about it all the time. So you guys know that, watch the show, listen, I'm an enormous dog lover, and we have adopted all 5 of our dogs. Okay. I can't say that I've adopted all the dogs in my life, but Russell Wilson and Ciara ended up purchasing a new dog. They call him Bronco. He's a purebred puppy. So Ciara and Russell Wilson welcome a new puppy to the family. But PETA took a shot at them for not rescuing a pooch from a shelter alone. PETA believes it's clear that the couple's new dog, Bronco, is a purebred and likely from a breeder where mother dogs are often locked inside filthy cages and bred over until the bodies give out. Well, we don't know if that's the case or not. See, that's where sometimes the PETA people are absolutely clear and obvious assholes. Okay? All right? And this comes from a dog lover that owns 5 dogs. All right? We love our dogs to death, man. We live for our dogs. They're like our kids. But you can't force everybody to have to adopt a dog. Okay? And if somebody wants a specific breed, you're not going to end up getting it at an adoption agency. It's rare. What dog did I want? Golden Retriever. Did I not want to adopt a Golden Retriever? Was I able to get one? No. Because they're sold for $1,500 and $2,000. And I had a Golden Retriever. We didn't adopt it. We bought a Golden Retriever, and it's one of my favorite dogs of all time. Pegasus is in my heart forever. Okay, we have a picture frame and everything. We had somebody paint Pegasus. Okay, we love our dogs, dude. But this crap about going after people just because they want a Labradoodle, or they want a what's that French poodle, French bulldog or whatever is another very popular one. Listen, man, if that's the dog you like, then you got to go to a breeder. You got to go get it from somewhere. But these PETA people, at times, it's disgusting, to be honest with you. You go after people that abuse animals. You don't go after Russell Wilson and Ciara. That's where you cross the line, PETA. That's where you cross the line from being responsible to being a bunch of freaking assholes. Okay? King-size assholes. Because you live a life that you think you're going to determine what everybody else does. This is America. You get to choose what you want to do. So if you want to buy a pit bull, or you want to buy whatever kind of dog you love, God bless you, man. Just please take care of the dog. That's all I ask. And if Ciara and Russell Wilson, who look like 2 fabulous people and take care of their kids, I'm happy that they bought that dog, because I feel that dog's going to have a loving home. And in the end, PETA or anybody else, you assholes. Isn't that what's most important? That whatever animal gets bought or adopted, it has the proper home, the proper love, the proper support. That's what matters, PETA, in the end. Because we want all dogs and cats and animals to have the love that they deserve. So just, because, they're so comfortable going after people. And then they're going after the wrong people. So I'm here to defend Russell and Ciara on this. Stop being king-size assholes, PETA. Seriously. Like the person from PETA that had to do that right there, you're just gross. You give a terrible name to your organization. Stand up for animal rights. Don't go after innocent people who are taking care of animals. You morons. Samuel says, I agree with you 100%, Big O. We love our dog as well. His name is Truth, and he's a German Shepherd and Pit Bull mix. He's awesome dog. Got him from my wife's cousin. There you go. Wherever you got him, bro. Who cares? Yeah, PETA equals good intentions plus mental illness. Yeah, it just sounds sick. It sounds twisted from PETA's part. It's disgusting. You're putting Russell and Ciara in a negative light when they don't deserve any of that whatsoever. Why? Because somebody wanted to purchase a specific dog that they like or their kids want? No, dude, you don't. If your kid wants a specific dog because they've fallen in love with that dog and you can't necessarily adopt that dog, then you go buy it. But as long as you give it a loving home, I don't care what happens after that. That's all that matters to me. Love your animals. Now, if you don't love your animals, now I'll make PETA not even look and say I will be the wild man. If that I will lose it. That's when I lose it. Anybody that's abusing animals. Man, oh God, do I want to get a hold of you? That's the kind of stuff that makes me furious. But watching somebody buy a dog and giving her a loving home, I think it's absolutely phenomenal. Let's see. I have 2 Catahoula hounds. One is a rescue and the other I got from a breeder. Nothing but love all around. Exactly, Dougie Fresh. That's it. Russ and Ciara can't catch a break. I mean, it's stupid. Big O, hit me with your favorite Universal rides. I got to remember them. Wasn't there like a Dragon's Eye or something like that? That there was 2 of them or something? Dragon's Breath or something? Or right? Yeah. I enjoyed that. Is it something else now? That's the Harry Potter? No, I haven't ridden a Harry Potter, so I don't know. And then isn't the one of the Mummy also there? I think, yeah, I haven't ridden the rides in Universal in a while, but Spider-Man. Love Spider-Man. Isn't Spider-Man there? I love Spider-Man. Oh, the Hulk. Isn't that one there also? The green one, isn't the Hulk right there? I like the Hulk also, if I remember that correctly. There's a couple. I'm a coaster guy. So most coasters, I'm a big fan of coasters. Love coasters. So I guess all dog breeders should be shut down. Exactly. Get a life, PETA. Exactly, Ian. I mean, your dog breeders are also making dog owners happy, right? Because if you're getting your purebred German Shepherd, which is a beautiful dog, there you go. Or if you're a Doberman Pinscher guy, or whatever dog you like, man. I don't care. Whatever floats your fancy. God bless you. If you love animals and you're going to give an animal a good home, you're awesome. You're a great human being. I think those are some of the best people in the world are people that love animals. They're usually good people at heart. All right. So I just wanted to slam PETA for trying to slam Russ and Ciara for doing something that's great, man. Period. All right, let's see. Before we had the kids, my wife and I would go to Busch Gardens because we love roller coasters. Every other park we saw was boring. Yeah. It's like I love Disney, but then if you wanted an edge, you would go to Busch Gardens. And Disney started to add more coasters because they needed to add a little edge to their whole deal. Busch always had the edge over Disney because of that. But that's what we say about Busch in general. Anyway, let's thank Anthony Chang, Alan Poupart. We'll get back with him tomorrow. Marcel Louis-Jacques, David Dwork, Ira Winderman, Sean Stanley, baby, the man that masters it all every single day. We thank the Fiore family as always. We thank the Brunetti family as always. Steve Calabro, all the great people out here at Hialeah Park, making it nice and easy for us to do our thing every week. And remember, we got lots of tables and chairs here. Thursdays would be cool to start to develop something out here at Hialeah Park. You guys can come out, we can hang out, we can talk sports, all kinds of stuff during the breaks. You can eat some great meals. The lovely ladies will serve you drinks and food and all kinds of stuff. You want to gamble. So you're always welcome to come on out here to Hialeah Park on Thursdays and join us and watch the show, and we can hang out a little bit. We will see you tomorrow, live from Acura of Pembroke Pines. We'll be out there tomorrow from 10 to 1. You all be good.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.